Greetings, welcome to another edition, a slightly more tired edition than normal, but another edition of Audio Drama Done Quick, or ADDQ. Hello, welcome everybody, welcome in. We are fresh off the heels of our first ever live ADDQ performance at High Wycombe over the weekend, which I feel went better than it had any right to. But it was really cool and it was really amazing, and it's wonderful to it's like if you have followed, like we got quite a lot of followers on the channel after the live show, so thank you, and hello if you are here, welcome in. So we're going to be doing another ADDQ tonight. We're going to be listening to the thing we came up with at the weekend, but we will be doing another fresh ADDQ jam tonight. And I say we because I'm not here on my own. I'm not gonna do an ADDQ all by myself. No, that would be terrible. From start to finish, that would be awful. So I am joined by, as always, I'm joined by a fantastic team of audio creatives. Would you all like to say hello and introduce yourselves?
Oh, who starts? It's going to be me.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Oli Morris. I'm here to write subplots and tie up loose ends. I don't know.
Strong energy. Starting off with strong energy there, yeah.
I'm Blue. I'm not a Tumblr meme.
Not yet.
Apparently. I'm here to panic whilst I try to write things faster than Ollie, which is impossible. And I was at the live show. I can't believe that happened.
That's kind of wild.
Sit at
hello.
the front.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Hello. No, it's fine. Hello, I'm Tobias. I'm here as well, doing stuff. I can't remember what I'm doing. I've got some stuff in front of me though. It'll be fun.
You've got some stuff in front of you? What does that mean?
It's just random stuff.
You know what it means.
We're all very coherent today.
Tobias has accoutrements.
Yeah, I have nibbles.
Oh, do you have like a charcuterie plate? Because
that's the word I was looking
I
for, a
wish.
charcuterie board.
Oh, we just do a board. We do an
bread and a few different
ADDQ
cheeses.
board.
ADDQ cheese board. Yeah. Sorry, yes.
Hello,
Robyn,
everyone. It's all right. I'm Robyn. This is my first ever ADDQ, so I'm slightly nervous. But I'm here to make silly voices and potentially tell other people how to do silly voices. We're not quite sure yet. I think Tobias and I are a terrible idea in the same Discord call. So let's have some fun.
I disagree.
The power.
I did have this thought. I think I was chatting to Ella. I was chatting to Ella about ADDQ tonight, and I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have Tobias and Robyn together again on a Discord call."
United.
Yeah, and then Ella was like, "Oh, good luck."
I mean, I hear it's
called
worse if
out.
you're Angerad as well.
Oh, that's true. I mean, have an ADDQ Camlin edition. That'll be interesting.
Oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, Ella was quite chaotic when they did this.
Oh yeah,
It's a different kind of chaos with Ella.
yes,
Yeah.
that's very
Organised chaos.
Organised chaos.
I mean,
Ella's great.
If this is just the
tangents.
difference
That's what it
between
is,
neurotypes,
Just let Ella info dump about things. Just sit back and go, awesome.
Hello,
yeah,
Wales.
but in a timed environment, that's not ideal.
When you were busily editing away, we're just like, hey Ella, tell us about obscure Arthurian legends.
It was more that she just turned to me at one point and went, "Amber, can we record a crowd scene?" And we still came
perfect.
in. We still made our best time yet, even while doing that.
So you're saying crowd scene again?
No, please, no.
we could be a crowd of people.
Yeah.
That's the
are
problem. That's the problem.
It was cursed. It was really cursed.
It was very cursed. Yes, conk
That's
on,
right,
conk off,
conk,
indeed.
conk off.
Hello, chat. Sorry, I've not said hello to people in chat. Sazarez2, hello. Meadowsweet and Magic, hello. Nimsy is here. Lou, I've already said hello to you.
Hi.
Hi, Kieran Hingston, Bonsai Jam. Hello, welcome. It's wonderful to see so many people. Bet Glime is also here. Oh, wonderful! It is amazing that everyone comes back for ADDQ. That always makes me happy. I believe I said at the live show that this is a joke that has gotten out of hand and continues to be out of hand. So, yeah, we're gonna do more. Hannah Amy 17, hello, welcome in. Okay, do we want to go over the rules first, or do we want to revisit the weekend first? What do we think?
Let's revisit the weekend, and then for
Yes.
people who are coming in, and then we'll do the rules.
Okay, amazing. And so yeah, so we'll run it all as one thing. Yeah. So at the weekend we had our very first live ADDQ show, which was it was surreal, but it was wonderful. So Ollie and Lou were down in High Wycombe doing the event, running the thing in person, and then I dialed in and it basically just appeared like this, like on a screen like this. Like I joked before the stream that this is just how I do public appearances now. I'll just do it like this on
Head and shoulders only.
Yeah, hadn't just in this little. But was it? I think Lou. I think one of the first times we met, you said it's very weird to see, like,
Yeah, it's always
all
weird
of
to see
you.
people.
Body.
Yeah, which
People have a lower body and legs. You're like,
Yes.
wow. And then inevitably, you're always like, you find out how tall people are, and it surprises you.
Oh, I was playing D&D. This is reminding me, I was playing D&D with a group, and one of the guys was apparently like well over 6 foot, and I was looking at him going, really? And just as I had no concept of this in my head, you're all my height, and then I realised, oh no.
Mate, I've had that on 3 jobs. I've walked into the room after people have heard my voice go, "You're a lot shorter than you sound," and I'm just like, what does that mean?
But I mean, I have to keep explaining to people, no, I'm actually taller than you think I am. I'm not. Everyone's like, oh, you must just be just above 5 foot or like 5'3". I'm like, I'm 5'5". I'm just average height. But everyone looks at me and it's like, you must be small. You have small energy. I'm going, I just don't know.
small energy. That's awful.
But not bad small energy, just kind of pocket sized. I think, I don't know. Maybe I give off.
You've got Pokemon energy.
Goblin
I
race.
do. Pocket monster energy.
I mean, I can't see you
that's
guys
gonna be
from up here at 6'8", so
Yeah, that's because
So
you
much
are
power.
my neighbor Totoro.
I'm like cloud cover to see anyone.
You are Totoro. You are like the human manifestation of my neighbor Totoro. Like,
It was true. I was just sort of wandering around High Wycombe just as a forest creature, and everyone was looking at me like, what?
All the brollies came out.
That's probably the thing to Ollie and Lou. Like give us the lowdown from your perspective of performing at the Audio Drama Hub Fests and doing
it was
ADDQ live.
terrifying, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Terrifying, yeah.
But it ran so
Michael,
smoothly.
who's sort of so there's a guy there called Michael who's probably the quietest of the Audio Drama Hub sort of Illuminati. So up there with Karim and Sarah in terms of, you know, organizational, but never is on mic unless they absolutely have to be. Michael came up to me after the first half, just clapped a hand on my shoulder and said, "That is the most insane thing I've ever seen."
Amazing.
And I was like, that's all I can hope for.
And this man is mates with Sarah Golding, so
Yes.
That is saying something. Yeah.
This is a man who's witnessed many dashingly quirky competitions.
Yeah, so to give you like context for that. So in the last ADH Podfest, Ollie and I did live sound.
jelly.
Did Foley sound, and which involved me putting my hand into a massive thing of jelly, which was not fun. And
Phenomenal.
You were not happy.
no, I was not happy at all. And Ollie, I think you had to like rustle around like a
some
cold
carbonara.
Yeah.
around. It was not fun. I just had horror, like, because I had to do a live show. I had to do like a performance with the sampler afterwards, and I was just like, my hands feel awful. This is not fun at all. I hate this.
Meanwhile-
Thank you.
Meanwhile, I had to hide under an extremely hot pink blob thing.
I forgot about
With
that.
Fiona Thrale, Wendy Lapp, and David Alt, all of whom are different heights, and therefore we're all trying to hold this thing at different levels. And pretend to be a giant blob. Like,
Yeah.
And then noted sort of character actor Karim Cronfley was there in an inflatable pink sumo
an
wrestler.
inflatable green sumo wrestler.
Oh,
suit,
yes.
looking like a giant pea.
That was
I've got so many questions.
I see.
I wish I had answers.
Yeah, me too. Like, well, the thing was, the funniest part of it was that I rocked up to the sound effect table, and there's a script on the table. I'm like, right, I'll look at it and look where the cues are. We'd only been given half a script, so I basically said to Ollie, "Where's the rest of the script?" And Ollie just turned to me and went, "It's free jazz." just
Free jazz, baby.
It's free. Just go through the script and then it's free jazz. It was so. And but all of this is to say, Michael was witness to all this, and then
Michael witnessed that last
We were
year,
the craziest ones.
yeah,
and then he witnessed ADDQ, and that was the one he deemed madness. So
yes,
I don't know
exactly.
if that says more about the audio drama hub or us, but
Yes, that's true.
something.
We have no idea how tall
Yeah.
Amber is. Yes, and it will stay that way. Thank you.
I know how tall Amber is. Haha.
Forbidden
I've met
knowledge.
Amber and can't remember, so I just assume.
Cool 55555.
A sensible 74. Sorry.
They are
Better
definitely
than
shorter
me.
than me.
I don't know
know
what that means.
Ollie,
Ollie,
that
we-
was a reference to RuPaul's Drag Race that I just made.
Yes.
Ollie, we have a detective in chat.
You have a detective in chat.
Hey, James.
We have a James Curtis in chat. My goodness. So
Detective arrives on the scene.
detective on the scene. Ollie, did a new episode come out today? Have I got that right?
Oh, yes. Wait.
You're referring to a Disco Elysium podcast. Is it?
It will be out by the end of this show.
Okay, well, let's
Ollie.
breeze past that. So myself, Ollie, and James are part of a Disco Elysium podcast called Three Detectives in a Trench Coat, where we play Disco Elysium and talk about our experiences. It releases every Monday, sometimes,
Every Monday.
but every
It's
Monday.
not released every Monday yet.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so there's going to be another episode out very shortly. But anyway, yes. So to come back to ADDQ. So according to my tape measure, Amber is about 6 centimeters tall.
Back.
That's dangerously close to the truth. Be careful. There'll be FBI agents at your door any day now. So the event was live streamed, which was great. But we have not been given access to the video footage yet. We thought it would be fun to play you what we came up with. Should we read out what the prompts were?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's.
We have those, don't we? Yes, we definitely
Yes, we
have
do,
those.
because we got prompts from the audience, which is quite something.
We definitely wrote them down. Yes, we did. Hooray.
Yes, they're in the document. Yeah.
So we
That's
had
it.
2 spies on a date.
Yes.
Santa has to give the elves a pay rise, and vampire therapy. And then we just combined those all together into a nightmare.
Yes, we combined the 3 of those things together. Very much like an improv show, we combined those things together to make a nightmare. But yeah, this is what we came up with. Enjoy.
Ah, beans!
Oh, yes, darling. It's me.
Is it really?
Yes.
I can't believe it. Sitting across from me was my on and off again lover Jingle. Unfortunately, terrible things had come afoot. I, Crackers, militant leader of the Elven Welfare Union for Candied Canes and Sprinkles, had been compromised. For months, me and my confident Jingle had been cavorting in all places that would get us onto the naughty list. Around the wrapping paper, near the hot glue guns. That was more of a safety violation than titillating. And, of course, skinny dipping in the hot chocolate. I thought we were going to conquer the world together, but unfortunately those range-ranging tendencies I had misread as simply Randy. I had reared their ugly head. Jingle, it turned out, had been hired by...
I feel like I should state that the cast
our union.
came from the audience.
Well, It was a sorry state of affairs, working for a vampire who delivers presents to children. This is the way that these things work in the crazy mixed-up world of the North Pole. Was I sad that crackers had fallen so hard and so deeply for me? Oh no! Very happy. Only the strong survive. Fortunately, despite our many health and safety violations through our courtship, they had failed to notice that I had been going through their files and replacing key texts with extracts from the Fountainhead. Oh ho ho! Unfortunately, during our fracas, one thing had become clear. Despite our differences of politics, we had discovered that our boss, Father Christmas, St. Nicholas, the big cheese, the important egg, the bedeviled red one, was in fact a blood-sucking vampire! So the jig is up! Oh.
You played your hand too soon, Jingle.
And why do you reckon that?
You've left yourself completely exposed to my candy cane steak!
But I'm not a vampire!
No, but you can bleed!
By the way, I believe that's the same sword sound effect I used for Gwaine in Camlan.
Merry afterlife. I snuck into Santa's compound under the cover of night, past the reindeers snoozing sleepily. The rainbow Christmas tree shining brightly. Mrs. Claus, Mrs. Claus, Mrs. Carey, and the rest of the festive polycule. And into Santa's study.
Crackles.
It's crackers.
Whatever.
Say my name, you white-bearded bastard!
Say what?
Get my name right, you festive mother...
Language, dear Crick-Crack.
Like a flash, the mystical magician of ice and snow transformed into the count that we all dreaded.
Ho, ho, ho. What do you think you are doing in my study?
Oh, I'm here to kill you, Santa!
Well, you'll have to chase me.
Ooh, is this a devilish ploy?
Kinda.
Oh, well...
Away!
Damn time! Bastard!
It was at this point I realised we didn't actually have enough audio to get 5 minutes, so I had to vamp a little bit here with the sound effects.
And so I chased Santa across the world, and 3 months later I found him on a small shack by the sea. He was old and wizened. I was older and wiser, armed with my garlic-knotted mistletoe stakes, flavored with marzipan and peppermint. The sea whooshed.
Well, you found me.
Shut up! There is no time!
What?
I stabbed him and saved Christmas.
And there you go. That's what we came up with.
Phenomenal.
At ADDQ, we were very lucky to have some fantastic actors and a very enthusiastic audience that gave us some interesting whoosh sound effects.
I felt very bad that I made the non-English speaker say the line.
Poor Valentina.
Poor Valentina had to say the line. Where is it? I thought they were going to conquer the world together, but unfortunately those strange Randian tendencies I'd simply misread as Randy had reared their ugly head.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you could possibly make an Italian speaker day.
So
Randian.
yeah.
Randian.
So thank you, Lou, for putting this in the chat. Our actors were Valentina Vinci, Richard Grant, and Paul Phillips for this particular one. We're very. They volunteered their voices for this, which was delightful of them, and they did a fantastic job, a really, really good job. A Randian would be scary. Yes, it would be very scary. I'm glad people picked up on the Mariah Carey sample I stole during the editing process. And if anyone's interested where the organ
I thought
sample...
that was you.
No. I went onto YouTube and specifically like went All I Want for Christmas Is You a cappella, and then was like downloading it and chopping it up, and I was like, I really hope that we get away with this, and so far. And if anyone wants to know where the organ music came from, it came from hit 2002 video game Scooby-Doo Night of 1001 Frights.
Incredible.
I feel like I've heard you reference that so much in the last.
What's that?
Scooby-Doo.
Justin McElroy reference. A spooky castle with 100 rats. Specifically 100 rats always makes me chuckle.
Counted them all.
So, if you've not been to an ADDQ before, this is what you can expect. This is the kind of stuff you can expect from us. So, shall we go through the rules? Shall we roll into our fourth ever edition of ADDQ?
Yes.
Does someone want to go over
Why
the
not?
rules?
I just noticed the colours of the tracks.
Yeah, I thought I'd color code them in advance today.
They're all done
Yeah.
Yay!
Or ace, depending on where you start in the thing.
So, just by coincidence, so I am wearing my Glasgow my ice hockey jersey for the Glasgow Clan ice hockey team, and their colours are the ace flag.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's wonderful going to the games because everyone was wearing all these jumpers in the ace flag, and it's a delight to see. It's very fun. It's a very goth crowd, weirdly as well. I don't quite know what that's about. But
Hockey's a strange place.
it is. Ice hockey is a strange place, but it's great. But yes, I thought I would color code in advance. Goth hockey fans. Oh yeah. Right. Should I go through the rules, or does somebody else want to do it?
Do you want me to read them? You all always read them.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it. Go
great.
for it, Tobias. Go for it.
Yeah.
Rule 1. Each run must be recorded from start to finish, either through video or audio.
Well,
Rule
we're
2.
doing that.
Yeah. Rule 2. Runs must be submitted to tincanaudio.co.uk/contact to qualify for the leaderboard.
I'll remember to do that afterwards.
Rule 3. Story ideas are to be generated via a random prompt, e.g. 3 tarot cards. 1 Ching, random word generator.
it's I Ching.
I like one chick.
It's the new version of iRobot. That's what I'm going with.
One robot.
One robot.
Fear them, they are one.
One robot to rule them all.
What are we doing for random prompts this stream? How are we doing it?
I'll use 3 Chings.
We're doing tarot cards.
We're doing tarot cards again. We're doing Tobias has a deck of tarot
Borderlands
cards.
tarot cards, apparently.
Yeah, Borderland
Yeah,
tarot
they are
cards, which is very
Tiny
fun.
Tina's Wonderlands. Borderlands tarot cards. That's a lot of words.
Nice.
Rule 4. Writing. Each script must have the following. Medium, 3 scenes. Minimum, 2 speakers. Maximum, 3. Minimum 3 sound cues. Footsteps are banned.
No footsteps.
Minimum 1 music cue. A story that is at least coherent and preferably compelling. No
Coherent is
guaranteed.
more important. Coherent is the more important
Yes.
one. That's the one we focus on.
That's what we learned last time.
Yes.
Rule 5. Editing. The audio project file has the following restrictions. Maximum of 4 tracks, but infinite buses. Prefab music and sound effects only. 1 Foley effect to be recorded during the run. Rule 6. Final mix. The final mixdown should be 44.1 kilohertz / 16-bit MP3, 256 constant bitrate. Normalized to -16 LUFS, brickwalled to -0.1 decibels.
Ooh.
Timer starts when the idea generations begin. And the timer stops when the final file is opened and played.
I do want to congratulate you on how you read that final mix stuff. Like you sounded like you knew what you were talking about. Professional voice actor.
Sometimes I do.
Oh,
Occasionally.
A lie.
Sometimes.
We just have to sound like we know. We don't actually have to know anything.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
why
thing.
we're paid to sell shit.
That's the thing.
just have
I
to
actually
sound
know
compelling and
what these are.
trustworthy.
but I can't read them like I do.
Voice actors have secret and evil powers.
There's a story about Leonard Nimoy going to NASA, I think. And this scientist comes up and starts talking to him. He's basically like, "Oh, this is what I've been studying. This is what I've been researching." And then Nimoy sits and is like, "Oh, interesting. Okay, very good." And then afterwards, somebody came up to him being like, "Did you did you understand what he was talking about?" And Leonard Nimoy basically went, "No, but he seemed really enthusiastic." So I thought I'd just basically being in character as Spock, which I think is delightful.
Oh, 100%. People think I understand lots of things about science. I get a lot of technobabble, and I don't mind it. I do like science a lot, but it is one of those things that you just go, yes, I sound like I absolutely know what I'm talking about. I don't. Most of the time. Just have a very confident-sounding voice. Sounds really authentic and like you can trust me and buy insurance from me. I'm not selling insurance, for the record.
I'm selling Windows, but...
Well, I am
I'm
selling
PPI.
I am selling a discount code to Avani sound effects that I'll probably be using tonight. If you go to Avani to buy sound effect packs, you can get 30% off by entering the code AmberDevereaux at checkout. And it's a really good way to support what I do.
Nice segue, Amber. Amber, that was beautiful.
Thank you. I'm learning how to do ad segues because I don't know how to do them.
Psychic damage from that.
That Avani pack was good though.
It's great.
Most of the sound effects you hear in ADDQ are Avani sound
There's
effects.
so much stuff on there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All sorts of stuff. Yeah, they're really good.
30% discount, you say?
And a 30% discount if you typed in the code AmberDevereaux. AmberDevereaux. AmberDevereaux.
And it's 30%.
It's 30% off, and I get 20% of the sale. So yeah. If you spend $100, I get $20, which is good. That's $20 I didn't have before.
But you got to read it. It's like if you spend $100, they'll get $20. You got come on.
I don't know. I'm not a voice actor like you.
Yes, you are. You've been in things.
That doesn't mean I'm a.
Like all of Tin Can.
Yes, that was a long time ago. That was 2016. I had to do everything then. I'm at the stage in my career, this blessed stage in my career, where I don't have to do everything. If there's something I don't want to do,
you never lose it.
I can get someone else to do it for me. That's why we have casting, and it's why I have Ross to do spreadsheets. Because I used to own a cello. But I've given it away now. Alessa was like, well, why did you get rid of the cello? And it's like, I don't need strings anymore. I have you. So it's...
I love the idea of you saying you have Ross to do spreadsheets, and I just have the mental image of him just curled up in the corner. And again, I know Ross is tall. I saw Ross more recently, so I know Ross's height. But like just curled up and just a little hello. I do Amber's spreadsheets. And that's how Ross talks.
I'm the spreadsheet goblin. Hello.
just curled up. In like the little, and this is again a niche reference, but the Doctor Who, when the weird episode where he keeps the Master keeps the Doctor in like that weird little cage, and he's just feeding him. We all know that episode. But
Ross is the shriveled little old man.
Yes,
I can't decide whether you should live or die.
I will say that Ross was
deep in my brain hole.
I will say that Ross was actually here today, and we were working on spreadsheets.
And he's still here.
No, he's left. He's left.
He's curled up under the spreadsheet computer with a duvet.
With a duvet.
Okay, so those are the rules. So Tobias is going to draw 3 tarot cards and put them face down in front of him, and then when we do our countdown, 3, 2, 1, go. The timer will start. Tobias would turn over a card, and then we're off. Off to making stuff. So, I've forgotten what everyone is doing. So
Tobias, you draw the cards, tell us what they are. Ollie, can you make notes, and I'll try and interpret the tarot cards.
Yes,
and then we're writing. So Ollie and Lou are going to be our writers tonight.
I'm taking the first monologue, scene 1. Yes.
You thought it would be sensible if me and Lou write and the professional voice actors do the professional voice acting.
I think
rather than the other way round.
Are we doing 2 characters then? One for Robyn and one for Tobias?
We might do a third for you.
We might just a cheeky third one as a treat.
Bring the Doctor back.
cheeky character. Bring the doctor. No, I think we need to bring in the tree. I think we need to bring the tree character back. That's my personal favorite.
Little fash.
Don't be a fash about it. It's just a game.
When the obligatory Oli character appears, that's the character that we'll play.
Okay.
Okay, right. Shall we go? Right. Okay.
It makes sense if you've been here 4 months now.
Are we all ready to make some audio drama very quickly?
Let's make audio drama.
Oh, predictions. What's everyone's predictions for times?
1:38.
Ooh.
1:38. 1:38 from Ollie. Did you say 3 hours, Lou?
3 hours. I'm just gonna keep going up every time.
3 hours
Just
from
in the
Lou. I'm gonna say 1:40. We're currently at 1:41 is our current time, and I think 1:40 is my goal. Robyn and Tobias, would you care to venture a prediction?
But no idea. I'm gonna say 2 hours because I've only got
2 hours. Amazing. Okay.
We could up the stakes and just say after 2 hours I will leave, regardless.
Oh shit!
It's like, oh no.
Well,
I'm gonna say 1 hour 37, 25 seconds.
Oh, so 1:37,
You did
25
specific,
seconds. 25
I always go specific.
Okay.
I don't think that my presence here will make anything faster, is my way of thinking. If 1 hour 40 was your fastest without me, I think 20 minutes of
Okay, but
rambling
we managed to do 1 hour 41 with Ella. So
Okay.
I think
And that was with redirects.
yes, that's true. So yeah, well, so basically, just to kind of give a rundown for oh crap, Ella's in chat.
hi, Ella.
Oh no!
Hey, hello.
Everything's fine.
Hi, Ella.
Rude.
I just saw that
Rude.
pop up as soon as I said that. As soon as I finished the sentence.
You're supposed to be in the USA.
Oh, that was horrific. Oh, I'm gonna die now.
They do have internet in the USA at present.
But it's like the
I
middle
mean,
of America.
who knows what will happen after the 5th of November. Oh, someone mentioned, while Amber's collecting themselves, someone mentioned that the elections this year, ours was on the 4th of July and Americans are on the 5th of November. So,
It's a flip.
Yeah.
if anyone wants to start overthrowing the government.
No. Ella, we love you.
Hello, we love
baby.
you. I'm sorry.
Love you, Ella.
We hope you're having fun in New York.
In New York.
New York.
We hope you are walking there.
Thank you for last
Streaming
time.
over here.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
all your info dumps helped me fill the time.
Well, that's the thing. So after we do the recording, I'll be doing the editing, but I'll be doing it in such a way that I'll switch it off so that stream won't be able to hear, you won't be able to hear, and you guys basically it just becomes a chat podcast while I'm doing the edit, basically. So there'll be plenty of time for rambles later on. Okay, now that I have suitably embarrassed myself, should we get started?
Let's go.
Bad odds.
Okay.
Gained Ella's enmity forever.
Are you ready
Yes.
to turn over a tarot card, Tobias?
Yes.
On your marks. And angles. Get set. Go!
Hammer off.
The first one is Two of Swords.
Two of swords.
Swords.
Two of swords.
Two of Swords is a Two of Swords. Difficult choices, indecision, stalemate. Was it the right way up or reversed?
It was the right way up.
Okay, yeah, difficult choices, indecision, or stalemate.
Ooh, that's
choices.
a good start. Very good start.
Good start, good
Okay.
start.
Strong
Next
card.
card. Next card is Death.
Ooh, what was it?
nice.
Ooh, in the middle as well.
I mean,
New
so
beginning.
do I really need to interpret death?
I think just
Please do, because death doesn't mean death in... Like, the tower is closer to disaster than death is closer
I
to
mean,
disaster.
it can actually mean death, in fairness.
New beginnings, death.
death means death.
You know what I want?
That's
you know
the
what
slogan.
I want someone to actually play death. I want death to be in this. I want the
Please let me play
Ooh.
Death. It's alive. I love playing Death.
All right, cool.
It's
we
happened
go,
before and it'll
perfect.
happen
Robin
again.
is death.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay.
The next card, Nine of Discs.
So the Nine of Pentacles.
Yeah,
Pentacles.
I like how you instantly then pentacles.
I I'm very occult. Up at is it reversed or the right way up?
Right way up.
Fruits of labor, rewards, luxury.
Oh, amazing! Perfect for a third scene.
Are we just fighting
Yes.
Reaper Man?
Apparently, yes.
Oh.
That's done.
It's been done.
I love that.
It's been done. just writing it.
Put them back. Put the cards back.
We are not ripping up Terry Pratchett.
dead one.
Yet.
No Nimsy.
The hard drives have been
tentacles.
destroyed.
Tentacles. Okay,
I
so
have
we've got
steamroller.
difficult choices, stalemate, indecision. I think this actually fits up quite well to a someone is having to choose whether to die or not, whether to go with death.
To be or not to be.
Yeah, and whether they're and then the resulting part of it is whatever the decision is, it works well.
So we're doing a two scene conversation between someone and death, and then the third is the sort of decision.
Yeah. Or how about scene 1 is leading up to the death, and I'll do a kind of why this person's dying. Scene 2 is the conversation as death shows up, and then scene 3 is what happens at the end.
That sounds good.
Is this the reverse Scrooge?
Yes,
You know
Scrooge.
what I mean.
Ah.
It's literally someone who's like, well, I want to know. You need to live for these. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's
It
great.
made sense in my head.
As in, someone's about to go, and the death has showed up to dissuade them. Or...
Oh, I like that. I don't know. I was more, I like that. But I mean, I think you can I suppose you could either do it as this person is very close to death and they have to make that decision whether or not to fight for their life. Alternatively, it's death showing up and saying, it's not quite your time yet.
Yeah, let's have someone who's like in the North Pole or like in the desert or something like this, and they're like, I could either struggle on or I could lie down here, and it's very comfortable.
I'm gonna politely suggest North Pole, and not desert.
Oh yeah, that's much easier to soundscape.
Yes,
Much easier to soundscape.
correct.
Howling winds, angry
Yes.
polar bears, that kind of thing. Okay, so it's like Shackleton or something.
Okay,
Like-
you've got 1 minute.
All right, I think we're good. I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, you ready to start
Reverse
writing?
Scrooge.
Yep.
Reverse
I am.
Scrooge.
Okay, so-
Lou, you ready?
Yeah, I will do the kind of, and it's been 3 days since our boat was trapped in the ice, and I'm gone for help, kind of thing.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
do that.
Right, I'm sticking in. I'm moving on to writing. There we go.
Right.
All right, let's go.
So this is the point where I just kind of get to hang out, which I never get to do on stream.
Yeah, Amber, how are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I kind of I got to play with a kitten yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Basically it was this beautiful sort of black and white kitten that a friend of ours has taken in, and she's tiny. She's absolutely tiny, and is at the stage where she is just running around, climbing on everything, jumping on everything. At one point, she jumped onto my shoe while my leg was in the air, and yeah, was like holding onto it like Indiana Jones. It was quite something. But yeah, I'm good. Things are getting quiet for me, which is kind of nice. Like I don't have any like big work until January now. So I'm looking forward to. I'm good at being busy. I'm good at being quiet. It's the in between bit I'm not very good at. When like adjusting from being really busy to being really quiet. That's the bit where I tend to fall down. Yes. But
The come down.
yeah, a little bit, because you know that feeling where like you've been really busy and then you have nothing on and you're just sort of sitting going, I'm clearly forgetting about something. Yeah.
I always
It's,
get a cold. It's like doing a theatre show. Anytime I do a theatre show, it's that thing of rehearsing for several weeks and then a week run or longer. And then that Sunday afterwards, just like, and now my body has caught up with me, and it will take everything.
Yeah.
Finally, the adrenaline and the cortisol has lowered, and you are back to
Yeah.
sickness.
Yeah. I think that's what happened. Like I I think everyone here will know because you all had to interact with me. But like I feel like I was just ill for all of October. Like I had either a head cold or a flu or something. So. But I do feel like I've kind of come out the other side of it now, and I've kind of got energy to do things again. Can I ask you how you would soundscape characters watching a TikTok like it's the TikTok, but they're accused for it? I mean, I think you could just stick a radio EQ on it and make it sound like it's coming from a phone. Like take out the highs, take out the lows, and then you've got like a kind of phone speaker. I guess that's how I would do that anyway. Maybe a little bit of room.
And I would just have the person say TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. And then looking at it.
Alternatively, you can play the audio from a phone and record it into a microphone. That's kind of...
And just occasionally intersperse it with random bursts of pop music for adverts.
Yes.
Very quickly scan by. Yeah. Story time of how yeah, there you go. Don't worry, you got it.
Robyn, would you like to talk about your TikTok while you're here?
Yeah, I mean, I can. I was very... So yeah, I do TikTok now. I've been doing it for a couple of years, and I sort of started doing it because I got a bit of a platform with a project I did to talk about things like chest binders, and then people started sending me chest binders to review, like companies, not just random people sending me underwear. That would be strange. No, from official companies. So I started doing binder reviews, and I started developing a bit of a following, and then it kind of expanded out into doing queer educational content and activism work. And then in the past sort of couple of months, my other half, my delightful wife, joined me on TikTok. And apparently TikTok likes that. So this has now become my job, which is very strange. But the thing is, because Em's involved now, she is organized. And I have a content calendar. There are timings, there are plans of when we post things. And, she understands hashtag and search keyword optimization. And I'm just here going, I shall continue to make the silly sounds. Yes. So it's very enjoyable. And like I say, we talk a lot about kind of mental health. We're doing this is our first Mental Health Monday. I'm about to post that video. And that's looking at social media and mental health. And then we do stuff about allyship and queerness and also suits. Like I wear occasionally, I don't own that many suits, but I wore them in occasion videos and people seem to like them. So I am a mercy of the internet. So yeah, if that sounds like something you want to do, I like TikTok because my attention span likes TikTok. It's easy. I mean, it's very dangerous for your brain. You will just get hooked on it. But it's something that I find easy enough to make. It's not like a YouTube video, which is basically just TV now. You got to have a whole full setup that you just obviously you can do YouTube kind of with a bit less, but I find TikTok's just a bit more user friendly. And I like to think, and it's been quite nice that the comments sections and the kind of community we're building is quite positive. And the goal is to kind of make the kind of TikToks I wish I had, but also make things that people can show their parents and go, and I mean like people our age, like millennials can show their parents and be like, look, this is somebody talking who seems safe. This is my safe non-binary person I keep on my phone in my pocket. And like Ross in his little golden cage. No, or like, you out like, no. But people have, I've heard people say, oh yeah, I showed it to people at work, or we've used it as resources because it's quite, I've taught for so long that I kind of can't turn it off. So I like to think I'm quite good at kind of presenting information in a way that's easily digestible, and TikTok is very good for that. So yeah, that's what I do. You didn't ask for a rant, but I can continue to vamp if you prefer.
No. Like that was great. Like that's really cool that it's kind of because it has felt like it's grown a lot quite recently. Like it's starting to
snowball. We went from. Well, this is the thing. I kind of went from slowly building up to 100,000 followers, which was I can't imagine 100,000 people. That's insane. Like that was just beyond anything I ever thought, because I don't want to be an influencer. I'm an actor. It's just that I do this partly as activism and partly because it does help your profile as an actor. I can also talk about things like the Hello Earth series we did, although I can't really talk about that because it's a little bit different in it. Well, I can.
I
can. But there are other things I can talk about, like the video game I'm doing, which is useful because then companies see that and they're like, oh yes, a following, and it shouldn't work like that, but there is elements of that. But I'm making those now, and then we're now at like 130k. Like it very quickly started to grow, and like incredible. I say, I completely credit my wife with people. I mean, people like couples, but also it's a bit more of a concerted effort. I'm being more consistent, and I am doing things that TikTok likes, like making sure the music I use is trending and all that stuff that you need to learn. And I think I was chatting to some friends the other day, and being an artist, it's sort of 50% making the stuff you like and 50% marketing yourself.
Yes.
And it's only as you get really to the top of your game that you can hire someone else to do the marketing. And it's been amazing working with them because our brains are very different. I'm very good at generating tons of ideas and kind of coming up with hook lines, working out the styling of the video, whereas she is far better at the analytics and kind of some of that because she's worked as a project manager for however long. So we're quite a good team, and that snowballed. And like one of my, it's a silly little music transition where I just shook my head and changed my hair like a makeup transition. It's like 2.1 million views. 2.1 million. Now it's under a minute, so I don't get paid for it, but it's just like, what? And I'm really slightly overwhelmed by it. So yeah, if you want to come follow me over there and see the fun stuff, you'd be very welcome to. And but I'm not the only one with a TikTok. Somebody else on this stream has a TikTok recently.
What?
Tobias, you have recently acquired.
Tobias.
Tobias, that was your cue, sweetheart.
What am I doing?
I said you had a TikTok.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. It's most of it, I'll be honest, is just stuff that I've been doing on Twitch that wonderful people have been clipping for me and just chucking it on. I will say the one that I put up of me doing a baby cry on the Luigi's Mansion stream just had one comment from a complete stranger going, "I hate it, do it again."
To be fair, that is every single person's response to your baby cry. I hate it.
It's true, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I mean, it's very compelling. It's that, what is it? It's the Daniel Craig, it makes no sense. Compels me, though. It's that bit.
It compels me.
Thank you. Oh my
it's
god,
not
that scratched
smart,
an
it's
itch.
dumb.
Oh, it's dumb. Oh my god, can that be your character voice for this?
Pit of the donut.
It's very pleasing.
Yeah,
How are you finding
I like
Twitch?
It. Yeah. Twitch, I love. I will say, I was very overwhelmed by the concept of streaming because I think, especially with games and stuff like that, because I've gamed since I was 5, and the idea of just playing games and people watching is like, oh yeah, that's fine. But then actually setting it all up and doing it, and getting used to looking at camera, looking at chat, looking at the game, doing all of that, trying to still be good at the game while doing all of that. That's something I've not done yet. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it. And yeah, if you want to watch,
just to make it even more complicated, I really am advocating for you to play games as different characters that you can do impersonations of, because I think that would be really funny.
So this is going to happen.
Yeah, terrible.
My schedule is, as soon as Squirrel with a Gun is done, if anyone wants to watch that final stream, it'll be tomorrow, I think. I think we'll get to the end of it. Then Thursday, I'm going to be starting doing Retro Replay, and I will be playing Sonic Adventure with guest commentary from Amber. Because I couldn't play Sonic without...
Oh, I have such an exciting package for Amber that I have yet to post, and I should post it this week so it arrives in time.
I forgot about that.
And it is related to something. Yeah, can I say? I say it's Sonic related. And if we do well, because we have other things coming up. But yeah, maybe we'll reveal that if we. I'm not sure. What have you talked about for the rest of this week? We know there's something coming up. Have you spoken about it publicly?
This week?
Is it this week? When is it?
Do you mean the big Camlin stream?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's not till the end of the month.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, but like when we do that,
26
that's clearly
days from now.
26 days from
revealing what I have sent Amber. It will be a stretch goal. Clearly, it will be a fundraising goal.
Incredible.
How are we doing with writing?
It's happening.
Both of you, you've finished writing.
I've finished writing. Yeah.
Lou,
Oh,
you
wow.
finished?
I'm not. No, sorry.
That's okay.
Nearly
That's okay. We're still like 5 minutes. You've still got like 10 minutes before we're from. So you're doing really well. How are you feeling about it, Ollie?
I'm feeling good. I got a good scene between Death and Thing, and I realised that I'm not sort of invested enough in the setting to make a sensible ending.
Okay.
Sorry, still I didn't write it.
This is going to be like the cowboy one where I do like quite a serious beginning and then it just goes all bonkers.
Yes.
The minute we get into dialogue.
I'm not gonna lie, I've read some of it and I'm thinking of a specific voice. I already have a voice in my head.
Are you not doing the Daniel Craig? Yeah, please do.
I'm torn between Daniel Craig and Sean Bean.
Oh, also valid. Also
791.
So valid.
I could write more.
On the character voice thing, I am going to do a stream at some point, and I think I might play. I want to find the most boring game possible, and I'm going to stream it as Brian Butterfield.
Fantastic.
I'll just play a game where it's just, yes, I'm pressing the button now, and the little man is doing this. And,
Oh, you need to play the leaf blowing in the wind game. I can't remember what it is, but there is a game where you're just literally a leaf being caught on the wind, I think, or petals or something. Like, it's very calming, but I think it needs to be able to say, oh, I have pushed it up again, and there it goes.
I've pushed it up, yes, it's going. It's flowing along, yes, very lovely.
You'll be getting a divorce, apparently. If that happens.
Yeah, that does. So we did a D&D one shot a couple of weeks ago because our regular session was cancelled because somebody had COVID, and Meadow Sweetie Magic turned around and went, right, for myself and my friend Danny, I'll run a one shot for you both. And we're like, great, it's going to be Thunker Manor, this horror, wonderful thing that they wrote themselves. Like, great. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to be Brian Butterfield. So I played Brian Butterfield for the one shot as a barbarian, and our friend Danny played a character that he's wanted to play for so long, which is a 102-year-old man who is basically in like a polio exosuit that is run by a small orphan boy who he refers to as Dirt Boy. So if you can imagine just an old man just like, yes, Dirt Boy, move my arm. Move my arm. Yes, we're going to go into the mansion and look for the ghosts. Beck lost their mind. They very quickly lost their mind.
I love it. I love it so much.
So Nika Michaela has said the game's called Flower, and then Nimsy has said the game is called Leaf on Wind. So those are two ones to look for.
They're in the list.
So for recording, I believe we are going on our previous rules of you get one take.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be working for us.
You've written an accent. You've given Death an accent. Which is fine. I can do. Yes, you have written. It's all right. Don't worry. It just means that you have written a London accent. You've given Death quite a. I'll give him a South London accent. That's what Death sounds like now in my head. That makes sense.
Oh, that and Sean Bean is perfect.
And if I slow it right down, we can make Death Michael Caine.
I really love how whenever we bring voice actors into ADDQ, they never do their normal voice.
The thing is, realistically, if you heard this voice turn up and it's just like, yes, it's the end. Hello, I'm here to pick you up. You would think it. I just sound like Death in my normal voice anyway. Realistic, I don't. This has occurred multiple times. There is a play we did, and ironically, it's very similar setup to this. It was when we did the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and we did a play in 24 hours. And my dear friend decided to pick the play "What the 100," wherein a group of people have died, and they are being. The guide is "Welcome to Death, welcome," and they are being guided around for various reasons. And I'm very grateful to my dear friend who gave me the lead, this guide, this version of Death. But it did mean I had to learn all the lines in 24 hours, and apparently. I got in. It was about 3 a.m. We'd been rehearsing, so we got the show at 7 p.m. one night, and then we would be performing it 7 p.m. the next night. And I apparently just crawled into my sleeping bag about 3 a.m. My wife just said that I crawled up and just said, "Kill me," and then slept. And it was fine. It was just that I have played the embodiment of Death a few times, and it is. I really want to do it. They did a beautiful job in Sandman, so I would never want to take that. But I also want to play Susan. It's one of the few absolutely female roles that I'm like, I will play that. Corset me up. I will play that role. You're just a fabulous character. I mean, Tobias, when you say that, I'm frightened. You sound like Madame Thenardier.
Corset me up.
Or the ugly stepsister from Shrek, who is also a fabulous character.
Ollie, is this person in a tent in the cold? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, right. I think
You don't have to be in a tent. I can undo it.
No,
where he just wakes up in a snowbank.
The tent.
No,
I've only worn a corset once, and it was incredibly painful. I think because it was 100% the wrong size for me, and I tried it on, and my ribs were not happy.
Oh yeah, no, like an ill-fitting corset is the worst.
No, Emma adores corsets, and she has a lot of opinions on them. She has most opinions on most things. But when I wear corsets, it's a very surreal experience. It's the same way that when you put me in a dress, you just get the bit of Billy Elliot where what's his name? Michael puts you, or no, Billy puts on a dress and just looks very awkward and strange. Of what happens when you put me in very femme clothing? I just look like a little boy who got lost.
Give Tobias a properly fitted corset. Thanks, Ella. I mean, hey, if anyone wants to send me a properly fitted corset, I'll chuck it on.
Okay.
It's on the internet now.
I was going to say, yeah, you've made a promise.
I think that's good. I think we're good.
I'm not giving it death anime boy.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
On to recording.
Right.
Okay, I think we've only got 2 characters, haven't we? Have I survived?
There's a third character at the end, but I'm happy to voice him if you want.
Who's the third character?
Responder.
No, Tobias, wrong kind of stream. Then again, crowdfunding.
Yeah, Ollie.
It will change my voice.
Wait, is this modern? Is this a modern world, or have you just gone into a strange?
I don't know. How modern is it?
Oh, I've been doing the 19th century.
Oh dear.
You know what? It's fine. We'll make it work.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, it's all been a weird dream. So.
Yep.
Right. Are we on to record? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are on to recording.
Right. Go to record.
Okay. So, how are we feeling about this? Like, Tobias, do you have any questions about scene 1? Or are we just jumping in?
No questions. It all seems straightforward. I like for us to just go for a take. That's how I love this.
Okay.
It had been 3 days since I'd left our ship, the Indefatigable, trapped in the polar ice. We had, of course, been seeking the Northwest Passage, the route across the Arctic between Greenland and the Pacific Ocean. Gotta go back on that line.
It's fine. It's very cold.
The John Bean voice.
Right, we'll go again on that.
Sheffield, Captain Sheffield.
Captain Sheffield.
Captain Sheffield.
Right, but there might be an edit there because I can't find it in my own thing, so I'm just going to.
You think?
Right. We had, of course, been seeking the Northwest Passage, the route across the Arctic between Greenland and the Pacific Ocean. It's not unusual for explorers such as we to become stuck in the polar ice. As the winter comes in, the north freezes over. We hunker down, check our stores of tinned food and pray that the spring comes before we starve to death. Some expeditions maybe spend more than 1 year's winter frozen in the ice, but brutally, such men may not survive. The long dark months went on, and we all remained, stuck together in close quarters, gradually smelling worse and worse. Our teeth and skin beginning to rot from the scurvy, for any fruit or scurvy grass was eaten long months before. My first mate, Leaf, remained chipper and tried to keep our spirits up. He sang to us in his fine baritone, songs of his homeland far in the north of Norway near Tromsø. Songs he told us were about hearty food and proud, ship-breasted women. It's always good to bring a Norwegian with you on a mission to the Arctic. They know it well. Understand the cold and the snows. They know how to keep warm, both in the body and the spirit. None of us had the art to tell him. We didn't have a clue what he was singing about. And now, it was late January. Our food supplies were getting low, as was everyone's patience. It became clear that someone would need to go out into the ice to hunt or to seek help. Perhaps we could find one of the local people, the Inuit, as the strange Orkneyman doctor who drank in the tiny tavern back in Samorsuk and spoke their language told me they were called. As the captain, it fell to me. It was my duty to go. I climbed down the side of the ship, strapped on my snowshoes, and set out across the ice, looking for land. Surely, my indomitable British spirit would carry me through whatever the North could send at me. Page turn. I was wrong. Almost as soon as the Indefatigable faded into the distance, behind the endless green sheets of ice, a storm came down upon me. I was quickly lost in the blizzard. Knowing I would die quickly, in the cold without any form of shelter, I erected a makeshift tent out of furs and huddled inside it. Spoopy transition.
I knew you'd read that.
Nailed it.
That was awesome.
That was
Amazing.
great.
Fantastic work. Well
I
done.
feel so bad
Can I
about the
double
rest of
check
this.
that everybody is definitely recording locally before we go any further?
Yes.
Yes.
Theme 1.
Well, that's about to be my question. Do I need to record locally? So I shall
Yes.
get
Yes,
that.
yes. Sorry.
That's fine. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
MP3 or WAV? I forget.
MP3.
Speed is of the essence.
I just
Speed is-
remembered.
Sorry, Ollie.
But that Robyn hasn't done this before and might not.
Ollie, did you say how
Thank
you feel
you.
really bad about the rest of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
So open.
Do you want me to amend it as we go? I can probably change the.
It is what it is at this point. I'm happy for.
Can somebody
gonna
put the
stand by
upload
it.
link into the chat as well?
Upload link. Okay. Right.
Like we said, coherent and preferably compelling.
Voice lines, episode 4.
I will get that
Upload link.
uploaded, and then Robyn, I'm ready when you're ready.
Very cold. All right, let's. Yeah, I think I will probably put it in London accent. It just makes it a little different.
Voice
damn it.
lines. Episode 4. There we go. Cool.
Let me know when you're ready.
I am ready, recording my end.
And recording mine.
Clap. Oh, well, that doesn't help. Carry on.
Right, mate. You seem very cold.
Who are you? Where am I?
You're. Well, that's a good question. You're in an inhospitable environment.
What?
Or more specifically, that's where you were. Right now, you're in like a groovy limbo space between life and death.
I died.
Do you see me with my scythe out?
What side? Oh, damn!
Ah, sure. I ain't reaping you yet.
Huh. So,
Oh, what are you doing here?
I guess.
Oh, I guess that's really your business. My question is, are you ready for me, baby? Are you ready for what lies beyond?
What lies beyond?
Dunno. Rot? Silence? Fire? Brimstone? Wings? Maybe some sort of lyre or heart?
Oh,
What do you think happens?
I guess. Nothing.
Well, not much of an imagination on you.
I don't know. I'm very stressed at the moment.
Why?
Because a skeleton in a big cloak and a sheathed scythe is bearing down on me, being horrifyingly genial.
Genial?
It's not.
Your complaint is with my demeanour.
It's just.
Here I am, trying to strike up a fucking rapport with a terrified soul, and this is the thanks I get.
I just wasn't expecting it.
Foolish mortal, cower before your final end. Death comes and death becomes you. Do you wish for these to be your final hours, or are you ready to rot and roll?
I don't know.
Does this help this level of aggression?
No!
Which is why I go genial.
Ah.
There's really no pleasing you. Well, according to the timer of your life, you've still got, a fair bit on the clock. So you're going to have to go back and suffer some more.
And
are going to survive a bit longer, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Don't fuck it up.
I just want to be warm
Oh,
and fed.
I see.
Is that too much to ask?
No. I suppose not. Oh, I've got an idea.
I mean, at this point, living and dying are neither here nor there. I'd rather just be fed and warm.
Amazing. Can I just say, the scythe line, amazing.
I am going to
I really like
re-record
rotten
that.
roll.
Rot and roll is
I'm going
very
to re-record for that line for safety because on my audio it looks very peaky. So
Okay.
just in case.
Yeah.
Record that at the tail end of this.
I don't know why I decided to go very posh and British for that particular point, but I think
I'm
that was
gonna do-
funny.
Perfect.
I'm going to do a big thing
great.
there. That'll be fun.
It seemed like you were channeling like Pratchett death.
I was.
Or like
I
Christopher
always-
Lee death. Like...
I always am at every opportunity. Sorry, did you say MP3 or WAV? And do you want it clean?
MP3 clean, please. That'd be great.
Like, as in, do you want it noisier? Do the fancy stuff.
No, it's fine. Just
we
as
go.
is. I'll make it right.
As
Yeah.
is, okay, just.
Hi, Sassy. Thank you
fine.
for the jelly bean break. Good to see you.
I have cookies, so I will have a cookie.
Cookie.
No cookies for Dev.
Cookie.
No cookies for death because death is gluten intolerant.
Oh,
And I don't have any.
Dev, but
Death can have gluten-free cookie.
Dev can have a gluten-free cookie.
Well, Endwich Cat Possum has also redeemed hydrate or dihydrate, so now's a good time to hydrate.
Sorry, just
Scene 1. Scene 1 and Scene 2 are uploading now. I'm going to go into record.
Yep, let's get the third scene done. Lou or Ollie, do you want to be the first responder?
I'll be the
I think
first responder.
Oliver's gonna do it. Yeah.
There's also a couple of death lines in here as well. I think.
Okay, well, give me 1 second. I need to do things, and I'm very confused.
Well, welcome to ADDQ.
I don't know where I am.
I don't know what's going on. All right, now I have to. No, I don't want to download it. I want to upload. How do I do that? Why isn't it
I
letting
am
me do
very
that?
much looking forward to editing. I should probably download the audio now, actually, while we're doing the recording.
Don't know how to do it. I don't want to
know
be a
where I am.
pie. I don't like
Scene 1,
gravy.
Tobias. Scene 2, pick up at end. Okay, that's fine. Good
That's
stuff.
also me.
Yep.
Come on.
I like how there's already anticipation in chat for Ollie's voice.
I
have no idea what I'm gonna roll. Sorry?
On the burger, pepperoni pizza, 2 wing chips, and a Mirinda. What's a Mirinda?
A Mirinda. It's a named soft drink. It's
Oh, I thought it was like a Glockenspiel.
strawberry one. It's like a
yeah,
Spanish
I thought it
strawberry-
was. I think it was a marimba.
I'm dyslexic. I read
Okay.
it's marinara. So
Yeah, I was like, is it marinara or is it like?
If I'm coming clean, it's half a reference to the Do you know the Chicken Connoisseur? There's a guy called
No.
the Chicken Connoisseur who goes into like greasy chicken shops across London.
I have seen this, yes.
And he sort of he does a sort of price comparison and taste comparison and the rest of it. But his order is a chicken burger, 2 wings and chips and a Mirinda.
I'm sorry, Ollie, is the last line, let's load him into the helicopter to the afterlife, soy.
Well, it's
Oh, right, it's the helicopter sound, right, okay.
I like the idea. The responder, like, get him into the arm. Soy.
I'll give you some more.
Just calling
my
this...
current.
Sorry.
This computer is so bad. I'm buying. I need to literally buy a new computer because this is almost unusable. So
Not now,
I'm
though.
having to. No, now I'm trying to get through. No, just casually browsing as we go. No.
All right, helicopter sound. Right, I can do a I've got a helicopter sound on my sound effects CDs. So I'm going to quickly find them in advance. So it means you're not yelling at me for having to look through my... Because I believe there was an ADDQ where I got yelled at for that.
It was
Yeah, like
Amber.
Amber.
It was deserved. It was
small.
deserved.
Right, okay.
It was kind of deserved. because it became this long rant about how cool I think these sound effect CDs are when we didn't have time.
I think that was it, and it was quite close to the end of the timer.
Right. Okay. I've finally got my computer is now playing ball. Shall we do the last scene?
Last scene.
Yeah, I'm good to go on scene 3.
Okay.
Ollie?
And I'm ready to go.
Right. Rolling. I awoke in a cold sweat, not knowing who I was. I'm gonna go again.
You're right there.
I awoke in a cold sweat, not knowing who I was or where I'd left. I stumbled outside my tent and I couldn't believe what I saw. A chicken and pizza shop, glowing in the semi-half light of the infinite night. I walked towards it, not believing my eyes or senses. The bitter cold of the northwest climes, melting away to the bitter cold of a London side street. I opened up the shop door and there were all my colleagues, happy and fed.
What you want?
Hey, boss man, can I get a burger, pepperoni pizza, 2 wings, chips, and a marinara?
Coming right up.
I knew. Finally, I was safe.
Quick! Give him oxygen! He's delirious!
Damn, this chicken's so hot.
Yep! That's a nonsense! Let's load him onto the helicopter to the after... Sorry, I got that wrong. Let's load him onto the helicopter to the afterlife!
Sorry.
I'm so confused by so many things. I was like, this all made sense, and I will admit I didn't read the last line.
Yeah, I also read it as marinara.
Yeah, we're reading marinara, but then it's like helicopter to... I'm like, is he dead? I don't know what's happening anymore.
I think he's dead and hallucinating as he dies. Is the only thing
No,
I
but
can come up with.
isn't it that he's being saved? Like the responder is trying to save him?
I don't know.
Can I request a pickup?
Absolutely.
Tobias, can I get you like waking up, like the character? Because I'll probably use that in the sound design.
Absolutely. Did you just want it at the end of this recording?
Oh yes, please.
Right. Just waking up.
Waking up in a cold sweat.
How's that?
Sorry, the Discord filtered some of that out, so it was really like wobbly. But that's great. That's great. That'll work. Right, I'm cutting. I'm moving on to editing and scoring.
Ooh, let's do it.
Cutting the split.
I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, like...
Please let me know when the recordings are uploaded, and I'll get cracking.
Mine should be...
Voice line.
It's about to be...
4. ADDQ.
C3.
Sorry. I love this idea of like you've got this poor like dying man in a helicopter, and then everyone is around him going soy. Just calling him soy, which is just very funny.
Uploaded.
Soy boy.
Are you some sort of soy boy?
Soy boy.
Kill the soy boy.
soy. Just pointing and laughing.
I am uploaded also.
Amazing. Let me...
Mine is called Soy OC.
Soy OC. Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Soy OC.
Right. Downloading just now.
Oh my god, someone's in chat has mentioned the succulent Chinese meal guy, and this was brought up. Honestly, I need you to know that this awakened a memory that I have not had since like I was 16 or whatever, and we were obsessed with that a succulent Chinese meal. And just,
what is the crime?
What is the crime? Eating and just take your hands off my penis. And it was just, I've forgotten how much my friends and I used to quote that to each other until someone said the other day that man has sadly passed.
He died,
but
yeah.
like,
God rest his soul.
and it was just that we rewatched that and I was just crying with laughter because I'd forgotten God,
It's
I'm
fine.
remembering it now.
He's up in heaven with an untouched penis and a Chinese meal.
There is a wonderful
I mean,
picture
isn't that all
of
you're wanting?
there's a wonderful picture of Paddington like dragging this guy off to the afterlife.
Oh my god! I enjoy that Paddington is now death.
Getting to the death.
So that means that Ben Whishaw is the voice of death. I'm okay with that.
Hello, would you like to come with me? Come on.
Come on,
He
it's
went
going
to
be
my
okay.
school.
Just a marmalade
Okay.
sandwich.
Okay. I'm going to hop into editing, so I'm going to switch myself off. I won't be able to hear you, please don't say anything against TOS. Yeah, I will check. Not a challenge, and I will. If you guys are I'll check in when I've kind of done scenes and things. But I'm gonna get to editing. So back in a bit.
Nice. So apparently, the succulent Chinese meal guy was doing that because in the hope that people would think he was insane and he would get off on an insanity plea for whatever he did. So he was trying to sound as bonkers as he possibly could.
What did he do?
I think he tried to pay with a false bill. I think it was something like
he was
false
trying
money.
to dine and dash or something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I mean, it gave us the best meme in the what a strong decision.
Yeah, like all of his choices, all of his acting choices, like
they're just so strong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's just trying to be he had quite a rap sheet as well, this guy. Like he was an entirely it was all like petty criminal actions. Like he'd not done anything big, but like he just committed a load of very low key like blue collar crimes or something like that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but Enrich Catbossum said, Heinrich says it was paying with a stolen credit card or something.
Oh.
But I think he'd been mistaken for there was somebody else he was mistaken for. It wasn't actually the crime he was actually committing was not the one he was arrested for. He'd been mistaken for somebody else, and like there was like a weird kind of series of coincidences that ended in him actually being arrested and be filmed for it. I think they thought they were getting a bigger criminal. I'm still not clear who was filming him like at that point, because this was not a time when everybody had phones available. So there must have been a camera for some reason in like the 80s or whatever watching him at the time. Like I did go and read the Wikipedia article about it. Yeah.
Just
Also,
to check,
where's
should I be able to...
I'm here. Hello.
Okay.
I was thinking about the
succulent Chinese.
I was thinking about the shrine that my school had to Ben Whishaw.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for the succulent Chinese guy.
Oh, the succulent Chinese meal guy. I was still thinking about Paddington.
Sorry, Robyn, did you have a question? Like
my question was, should we be currently I can hear Amber. Is that something that I should currently be able to hear?
I think they've forgotten to actually chat. Can you hear us and Amber, or can you just hear us?
That's the point.
Oh, Paddington's really hearing us soon. Oh, we can't hear Amber. Okay, so we can hear Amber.
That's fine. I think they've just not muted in our chat then.
So what I've done on...
Thank you. Sorry, I just can't speak and listen. My audio, that's not something that can happen. It's audio processing.
Right click on Amber and turn them down a bit.
Okay. Yeah. So I've just turned Amber's volume down so that I can't.
Hello, everything okay?
As long as chat can't hear.
We can hear your stream, but we were checking that the stream couldn't hear your stream. So we're trying to chat against the Captain Scott dying in the background.
Oh wait, can you still hear me?
We can still hear you.
Oh right, sorry.
Yes, we can still hear you.
Sorry, I will turn.
But that's okay. We've got solutions.
Yeah, we've just turned you down in Discord, basically.
Yeah, we've toned you down.
Yeah. Groovy.
That's all right.
So yes.
So you had a shrine to Ben Whishaw in your...
Ben Whishaw. So Ben Whishaw went to my school, and the drama department were very proud that he had sort of gone off to sort of be a sort of a professional actor, but at the time, his sort of professional acting credit was Perfume,
Oh,
Oh,
and that was it.
that's
no.
a film.
This is sort of pre-Bond, pre-Paddington, The Hour,
Oh, The Hour, man. Why did we not get
The
another
Hour
season?
was great.
Great show. If you've not watched it, oh my god, everyone just nailing it.
Everyone does nail it in that show. It's surprisingly
Great
good for. Well, not even surprisingly good. It's just good. But yeah, it was just like everyone was, and I think he'd done a production of Hamlet, but that was it. It was just Hamlet and Perfume, and we're like, all right, that's Ben, and we walk past him every day. It was like you know how they do like boards in schools of like like I don't know, polar ice caps melting or whatever. I don't know. I had a miserable school.
You just had a Ben Whishaw.
The one was just Ben Whishaw in the drama.
There are worse boards. But like, I've never watched Perfume because I've seen clips of it, but the level, the type of horror is not something I do very poorly with horror. And while I'm sure it's absolutely beautiful, I've been told no, by no means I should not.
It's beautiful in the way that a skeletal tree is beautiful. Like it's not nice beautiful. It's horrible beautiful.
I never bought the opening premise because it's about smells.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I know, but it's about really cool smells that are expensive.
It's a visual medium.
Have you seen this cool smell?
Yeah.
If it had like smell, if it was like 5D.
Okay, so what you're saying is you want like
to smell the dead women.
You want an immersive theatrical experience of Perfume.
What you basically want is a Punch Drunk show.
Yeah, Punch Drunk Perfume. Punch Drunk. You heard it here first, team. That's bold. Punch Drunk Perfume.
I'm messaging
Ella?
artistic director now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ella, are you on board to direct?
Oh God, no.
Oh God.
Oh, a cat dies. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Cats. Oh, no.
Yeah. Speaking of cats, apparently, Sassy Catastrophe would like to know how everyone's cat is.
I've got good news and bad news. My cat is absolutely fine. Fifi's doing well. She's living her best life. Little diva that she is. Unfortunately, my brother's cat has passed. One of the cats was their life was cut short very sadly the other week. And so, if we can all raise a metaphorical glass to Fiona. We now have Cake, but we don't have Fiona, so we'll keep Fiona in your
hopefully batting things off shelves in heaven over across the Rainbow Bridge.
But yes, but Fifi is still fine and is still being her usual screaming self.
I have always believed that the Rainbow Bridge that the animals go across is the same Rainbow Bridge that goes to Asgard.
Yeah.
That's my headcanon.
I thought you were going to say the same like Rainbow Road in Mario.
No. I believe that Heimdall regularly has to deal with pets tramping across the Rainbow Bridge to Asgard.
Heimdall is armed with a large sword and a little laser.
Just started there as like, yes, welcome. You may come through, Mittens.
Mittens, you must come through. You have to go across. God damn it, Mittens! And he just laser point.
He's opening, holding the Rainbow Bridge open, trying to get this cat to come.
Put the hammer down.
Cement mixer. I'm asking for the last time.
Now you can all have that headcanon too.
Who was it? Who we met someone the other day whose their name was Cat Name Pending.
Cat Name Pending. Oh yeah. Wait, was it was the audiodrama thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, the audiodrama thing. Someone had a friend whose cat they didn't have a name for the vet, so they said we'll just call them Cat Name Pending. And then they got the ultimatum of if you don't change the name in the week, that's what the name's going to be.
Cat's name is Pending.
That's incredible.
Cat's name is Pending.
Cat Name Pending is the name of the cat. But yeah, my cat's called Rags, which is a convoluted story about Curse of Strahd, which is we found some skeletal cats. And we called one of them Rags, and it lived in my bag. And then I got a real cat, and I'm like, I'm going to call this one Rags too, because I've got one cat name, apparently.
We're going
to know that story about the...
Oh, did you not?
That story. No, I thought you just called it Rags because it was a ragdoll cat or something.
No, it's not even a ragdoll cat. It's just a black moggy.
Nice.
This whole time, I thought
Like
you had a
Robyn.
ragdoll cat called Rags, and it turns out it was a Curse of Strahd thing.
It's
Okay.
Curtis Gardner.
Okay.
I mean, we've said, if we get kittens, they will be called Mephistopheles or Toffee for short, and Shigglerath,
Oh,
Sheg and Toffee.
Great.
Shag and Toff.
Sheg and Toff. Sheg and Toff, which is another cat name. Great names.
That's a
Shagentoff sounds
Taylor
like
Swift
some
song,
sort
isn't
of
it?
old scientist.
Yeah.
Shag
Yeah.
and Toff.
Well, I mean,
scientist.
Sheggentoff. Professor Sheggentoff.
We've got 4
Hello.
minutes till I blow up the moon.
Why is it
Professor
always me?
Shiggentoff, no.
This is just Doofenshmirtz.
Doofenshmirtz, but yeah.
Well,
Sheggentoff is like
Russian.
knockoff Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, it's the
That's
Russian
that's
version of Doofenshmirtz.
I'm just going to shake, 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 shake. Shag and Toff, Shag and Toff.
Sheggentoff. Yeah. Is Shakentoff worthy though? Because Mittens is worthy. This is
I don't know. Is Shiggentoff an evil cat, Professor, or
Oh, is Shakentoff a cat? Shakentoff is a cat professor.
Yes, Shag and
I
Toff
don't
is a
know,
cat
Professor-
in a
cat-
pair of glasses and a lab coat.
little bad coat? Yeah, yeah.
Shagentoff, you may only cross the Rainbow Bridge if you tell me what's in that file.
Never.
Never.
Well, now you have to give Shakentoff the cat voice, which is like, no, never, never, mother. I shall never tell you.
This vial is for my eyes only.
Thing is,
And
I
not
get really
what's
jealous.
inside of Shag and Toff. I'll knock it off and then it will explode and then we'll all see what's inside.
You don't want that to happen.
I do get jealous of people who have been through testosterone-fueled puberties because you just get this lovely rumble in your voice and you can have this weight and things and sounds. And you can also still do all the silly high voices. I'm like, I'm still limited. I can't sound like a Viking, warrior. I mean, I can try. The only thing my voice can do that I think Tobias's can't is sound like the sexy M&S lady. And I think Tobias can do that too. I'm very jealous.
Let's do call and response. You do the voice and I'll try.
I don't know. It's this is not just food. This is M&S food.
Right. This is not just food. This is M&S food.
You see? Can't even do
That's
sexy
different,
assassin
though.
voice.
It is different.
It's sexy, but it's not sexy M&S lady sexy.
Thank you. Thank you for all affirming
Not the
this.
same.
I'm just here I think I can reach pitches Tobias can't, but I'm not sure. Tobias has a lot of power.
Well, the thing is, though, I will say, in terms of sexy voice, there's only 2 sexy voices that I do,
Fair.
and that is accents that are not mine, which is basically Scottish or
no.
Irish.
Yeah, to be fair, just putting anything in an Irish accent automatically makes it sound sexier.
'Cause
I mean,
it's
we've
the
got to
ones
be
that
careful
sort
where
of,
from.
As long as it's like Dublin, yes. But
Mm.
then, there's
Yes.
the County Kerry one with the kind of
Yes.
noise that in the back of your
Are
throat.
you not talking about one more like that? That's quite
That
sexy.
sort of accent. That's more like a Northern Irish accent, isn't that?
That one was Northern Irish, but
That's
super
Northern.
Southern Irish where there's a load of Welsh influence.
Oh,
And it gets really
Mm.
Yeah.
like
I
there
just
are
think
definitely some Irish accents that are not sexy. Like the kind of
No.
the South Dublin one, yeah, and then the sort of Galway and West, but some of the one the really kind of harsh Northern and the really kind of guttural Southern, deep Southern ones.
I do just think of it. Do you like dogs? That sort of accent. Is
Do you
that
like
kind of
dogs?
thing? Do you like dogs? The Brad Pitt accent. Jeez.
Oh God,
Because I think
Brad
my
Pitt.
one's basically that, because I just do that sort of thing for.
Well,
There's a
pick up line,
character
like
Dublin.
in D&D that's called Azaleus that I play, and that's basically his voice, and he's a boatsman and a minotaur.
You're doing that's definitely Dublin. You're doing there because you sound like one of my colleagues.
Mhm.
It's just a standard kind of
You had me at
accent.
Minotaur. What? Anyway, I mean the I thought the West Country had the best accent.
West
I
Country
thought-
accent, like that.
Yeah.
We got a lot of family who used to live in Devon, so it's my West Country accent.
Oh, so
It
yours is
depends which
Devon.
way you go.
Ah.
No, it's not right. I mean, this is quite this the interesting thing I have is that I live near Norfolk and West Country accents are quite similar, except one is the rhotic R and one doesn't. So a West Country accent, you say farmer and tractor, whereas a Norfolk farmer, tractor, and they're just very similar. They're just different R's, as far as I can tell. I'm sure someone in chat can correct me, but I find it
Yeah.
interesting. I wonder whether there's something about ports and about whether that's because they're very different places in the country, but
Mm.
I know
I mean,
the
that's
Devonshire, I know the Devonshire accent has changed over the last 40 years from kind of "all right, my lover" to "well, when we first bought it, it was just a barn."
Very true.
I know that's a very big thing in with like the difference between. I mean, the numerous different Welsh accents, but like the difference between a Valley's accent and a Cardiff accent because of all of the the mimosa and the ships and the travel and the slave trade as well. That was part of the history of Tiger Bay, as it was called before Cardiff Bay. And the amount of people that moved over with different accents that became this wonderful mixing pot. And now the Cardiff accent's a lot more like that. Like, it's a lot harder and hits stuff a lot more, solid words like that. But then if you go in the valleys, it's a lot more like that. It's go 5 minutes down the road and it's completely different.
I keep trying to get Tobias to make a TikTok about Welsh accents because people ask me. I end up doing. Well, yes, I do. I do sort of London accents because we've talked about sort of South London going into like an MLE sound or a North London accent that's a lot flatter and kind of those sort of, and then like into an Essex accent and how all these sounds relate, and then estuary because that's what I know. Oh, the Essex accent or like a Chelsea accent, which is very interesting to me because I find that like it's such an affected accent.
I'm just going to cut in here. I'm just.
So I have an extremely Irish friend called Niall.
Hello. Sorry.
Amber is gaining attention.
Is Amber waving at us?
We turned the volume down.
Just say no. I'm not done, but I've done scene 1, and
scene 1.
I think we may have shot ourselves in the foot a little bit. It is already 3 minutes long.
No, that's perfect. Because the rest of the dialogue is quite short.
Yes, okay, but that just popping in to say that.
For Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. Now it goes going really long.
Scene 3 is very short as well, though.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to get back to it, but I just wanted to let you know we are 1 scene out of 3 done, and we are still under an hour, so we're doing great.
Hey.
So, right,
We're doing great.
I'll get back to it now.
Great,
Get back into the
Now we go to void space.
back into the audio mines.
But yes, what
You do indeed, guys. Yes. So my friend Niall did like when we were trying to work out. So he played 2 characters for me. He played Moriarty, because I like Irish Moriarty, and he played the great grandson of Dr. Seward. I think it was Dr. Seward. I've read this so long ago. And so when we were going through, we were trying to work out what accents to give each one of them, and we gave the Doctor like the singing bowl time. We gave the Doctor like a Galway accent, like a cultured Galway accent, and we gave Moriarty like the sort of almost kind of Dublin, the poshest possible drawling Dublin.
Love that.
And when we were going through it all, he went through every single Irish accent he could think of. When we were looking for which one to use, and we did it, and I was recording while I did it. So I was like, Niall, is it okay if I cut this together into bonus content, as like and put it on the feed? As basically like, and here's a tour of what all the different Irish accents sound like, because there are voice actors who would absolutely like to know that.
That's like a holy grail. Please send it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's on my Site of Graham here feed. It's one of the bonuses for Tiger and the Dragon, which is the series I made, which is a Dracula Sherlock Holmes crossover, kinda.
Incredible.
Perfect. No notes.
So yeah, between I did like a blooper reel, and I also did just like a very kind of a short reel of Niall going through every single Irish accent he could do and how he does them, and occasionally swearing at Bono. So I can probably find you the link to that if you want.
I love that.
Yes.
And multiple times people have gone to me, like Americans in particular have gone to me. Has anyone got anything to help me do an Irish accent correctly? And I'm like, right, well, so it just so happens that. Tobias, you need to do the same for Welsh, please.
Yes, I mean it's a funny thing. Like Robyn and I have spoken about this before, and about audiobooks and things like that, about having to find different voices for characters in audiobooks. And I find it so funny because the series that I do is a detective series set in West Wales, but when the whole team are together, they're all Welsh, but they all have to have different accents that are set within a West Wales accent. So it's literally, I think, within the 4 characters, the main detective talks like this. That's his voice. And then there's an older detective who talks like that.
Full on
And
valleys.
then there's Katrin, another detective who's slightly higher. And then there's Reese, who's like 6'4" and talks like that. It's like the minor differences to try and find
Oh my god!
in one accent when they're all talking in one chapter.
I've been Arthur and all his knights for various things. I've done so many. Like I have played Arthurian knights multiple times now. I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me, but and yeah, you've got to find. And I mean, oh god, we were middle of this record, and my director pulls me and said, "How's your Scottish?" I just went, "Terrible. Why? The Orkney brothers." Okay. Yeah, Scottish. Oh,
Orkney is very specific. Yeah.
yes, so I can't do an Orkney accent. And it's Gwaine and the siblings. So I had to say a few lines, all in a terrible Scottish. I'm so sorry to all my dear Scottish friends for whom I have butchered that accent. But I've had other scenes, and the one I've said multiple times before is having to voice lots of posh men, posh white dudes who in a poetry reading that descends into an orgy. Different project, but and I had to find like all these different types of voices for sort of because they all had to be sort of heightened up here, and then you sort of give one a kind of like Eddie Redmayne's sort of breathiness, and you have to talk about all these different ways you can change your voice without changing the accent. It's actually a very good like exercise to do. Is how many different voices can you do without changing the accent? But yes,
I would love to.
fun.
So I've listened to Orkney to try and learn it myself because long time ago I was supposed for a show that never happened. I was supposed to play an Orkneyman. I was supposed to play an ancient Orkney wizard.
Love it.
So I did try and learn it. So basically, any way I can describe it is like Scottish Geordie.
Ha!
Oh.
Ella's in chat, so we'll probably find out a lot about it in a
Yeah.
moment.
I'm trying to
Oh, yeah,
think, like, Scottish Geordie, is it sort of like that? Like, I'm trying to think in my
Oh.
head.
So make it bounce. So do you know how Highland bounces because it's got the Gaelic processes?
Yeah.
You know how Highland sounds like Welsh but Scottish because they both have those kind of same inflections. It's that, but then add more Norwegian. So it bounces even more because it bounces like Scandinavian, where like Norwegians talk. When Norwegians, there's that kind of rhythm to Norwegian voices. And it
I also
has
thought that Amber was telling us nope in the chat to the accent, but it was just to a link they'd sent. I thought they'd be hearing on nope.
No,
Wait,
so that's
are
it's the link
you
from
talking about the tune of the accent? Like how it goes up and down? Yeah.
Yeah, I it's kind of hard. It's like Orkney, like it's got that kind of inflection at the end that Norwegian has when Norwegians speak. Yeah, it's like speaking Scottish, Highland Scottish with a Norwegian inflection. And because Geordie is so heavily influenced by Danish, it's the same. And it even has some of the kind of slang words that Geordie has from Danish as well.
Amazing.
Like Berden and which already exists in Scottish as well. So like because so I one of my ex-girlfriend is from Blythe, and she and her father went over to Denmark to Legoland once, and he could understand what the Danish were saying because Geordie was so close to Danish.
Amazing.
Like I think Baden is Danish for child as well. Like
Bern.
and Gan as well. I think they use Gan. And there's a very specific Orkney word for small that you only really hear there and Shetland, which is PD. They don't say we, they say PD.
Oh.
So there's a lake next to Kirkwall called which is called like the PDC.
I took one of those once. Anyway,
I've got a friend who lives in Kirkwall, so I've been once and sort of and had a good old listen at the accent and everything. But yeah, I had to try. I can't remember how to do it now, but you really have to kind of bounce the voice the way you do Norwegian.
I love that. That's what I find enjoyable about a lot of people actually find it easier sometimes to do a North Walian accent.
Yes, it is.
Rather than a South Walian accent because it's closer to like a Manchester accent than it is anything else. Because
Yeah,
Northwelian,
it's like Scouse
Northwelian is a
Welsh.
Alien
bounce.
accent.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like Northwelian is a lot more like
Mm.
this, and it doesn't really, if I was to talk, os byddai'n siarad Cymraeg yn acen fel hyn, like it's not Welsh to anyone that doesn't know Welsh accents, because it just sits in a completely different realm to, what my accent would be. That would be closer to this. If I'm going Northwelian, it becomes a lot more northern, and obviously it is North Wales, but it's very different to the rest of Welsh. It's very, very interesting.
So I'm from
Mm.
Cheshire. So I've spent a lot of holidays on like Ynys Môn, and Llandudno and places like that. So like to me, that's the normal Welsh accent. Like I thought that if I do a Welsh accent, it comes out a lot more North Walian than. Well, don't make me because it's not great.
But I love that, because I think it's one of those strange things. I was talking to somebody about this recently, and I think, Robyn, we've spoken about this, the whole thing of like within video game casting, sometimes it's that thing of being like, we want this accent. And if you are from that place, your idea of that accent is obviously, well, where I'm from, or the specifics of this. And I've had this with the Welsh accent, where I've done my accent or a slightly thicker, version. And they listen to it and they go back and go, oh no, can you do a Welsh accent?
And they want the Valleys one, don't they? They want
they want
like from-
proper Welsh. They want valleys. They want the lilts, and it's like, that's not the only one. There are others. Another fun fact: Tobias' first language Welsh is even that.
mostly spoken over there.
Yeah, I don't know why. When I speak Welsh, sometimes certain inflections I say come out northern. I don't know why.
Do you know who has like the sort of perfect example of that? What I think of as the kind of Scouse, the Scouse North Walian, and it's Era, who makes Spirit Box Radio. I think they're from Dysyth, I think, or somewhere near Dysyth. It's this teeny tiny little town, like even I think between like Chester and Rhyl, and then they have that. And then sometimes they get their dad to play their in-character dad on Spirit Box Radio, and he's got an even more like, even like harder Scouse Welsh North Walian accent.
Love it.
I'm like, wow, that is the prime example. That is excellent. Like,
it's either Dysyth or Dysath.
I don't ask me how to spell it. I think it's D.
It's either Dysyth, Dysath, or the other.
I'm gonna find it now. If someone spells it for me, I will tell you how it's.
I think it's I think it's Dyserth, but it I don't know. I don't think it's a double D. I think it's an F rather than
technically Dyserth.
Dyserth. Okay.
Death, the wind, the fire.
Just down the road from Bryniau.
When I listen to you guys talk about accents, I feel like such a fraud. Like, I was never good at accents. I now do them as part of my job, but I don't think I ever feel like I really know them. I feel like I'm always just doing a rough approximation of something. And I've tried to learn things phonetically, and you learn, but it's just, for me, it's just about sinking into the feeling of the accent and the voice.
Oh, 100%. I never use phonetics.
No, it makes me feel like a bit of a fraud, because I in my head I'm like, oh, I'm not good at accents, and then people are like, oh, you're so good. I'm like, oh, what lies? I have convinced you. How have I done that? The imposter syndrome is so
sounds like
real.
imposter syndrome. Like,
it is, but it's. I think it's interesting that a lot of people, like, when you have an idea in your head about what you're bad at, and that changes because you work on it, and then you're forced to combat that and go, oh, I'm known for this thing that I was once so bad at, because you've deliberately tried to improve it, which I just find that very, very interesting. And it happens. I know people around me have said things about, no, you're not bad at that. And they go, I'm terrible. And you're like, no, you're like amazing. But you never quite. You have to.
Perhaps you were terrible, and now you're not, because you've put in an unbelievable amount of practice.
Yes, that's the answer. Either that or something magic clicked in my brain. Maybe I hit my head or something. I don't know.
Really lovely listening to all of you talk about accents, because all of my accents are like next to rivers. So it's either the estuary English, or it's Thamesian English, or it's Clyde. That's it. Those are the three accents I can do.
Love it.
Sassy Catastrophe just asked a really interesting question in the chat, which is, for your like homemade accent, has anyone had to reclaim the sounds? Yes, I absolutely have had to, because like if I have to push to go back into my Mancunian accent. I have to like imagine I'm talking to my brother, Because my mother's from Sussex and my dad is from Stockport. So like my grandparents my Sussex grandparents continually kept correcting us, and because they were making us sound posher, my dad didn't stop them. So like
Ah.
a couple of times I've been cast to do my Mancunian accent, and I've had to like push back into it again, like reclaim it.
Mm. I don't
Well,
know if I've ever had to reclaim, but I have a weird relationship with similar with family. So I was born in Essex, but both sides of my family are Welsh. Moved to Pembrokeshire when I was 4. But my dad has like an Essex accent. My mum has more of a what you would classically view as a received pronunciation because of her teaching and stuff like that. So neither of them have Welsh accent. So when I go back to them, I sometimes end up dropping a bit more into an Essex or more of like a neutral English accent. Whereas if I spend time with Welsh people, I get a much thicker Welsh accent. So I don't know if I've ever had to reclaim. I don't know.
I mean,
My
I just
my dad has an interesting
Yeah.
version of this, which is that he was born in Scotland and lived in the Isle of Man for a few years, but went to a public school, and so has this very, very southern accent, but it's almost overcorrected. So instead of bath, he says bath, but instead of plastic, he says plastic.
Oh,
That Bath was another one that was one of the ones my grandmother always like criticized us over, like the northern Bath sound. We would say, "Granny, come and have a bath," and then she'd be like, "No, you can have a bath," and then we wouldn't be allowed to have a bath until we've had a bath. We've been said it correctly, and I've reflexively now like, no, I'm saying bath, whether you like it or not. You know.
I mean, the thing that got my TikTok going big was actually a video I did where someone was like, "Well, RP doesn't exist." I'm like, "What?" No, but what? And so I ended up doing a lot about accents and stuff, because my accent really is just this. It occasionally goes into estuary, but it was the thing that it's a modern RP. It's very neutral. It's just it sort of has a few kind of London sounds. And actually, the thing that people don't really, if I go into this accent, because I mean, I went to the Brit School, which is in Croydon, and so if I'm using kind of more of an Emily sound, people are like, "Well, you can't. That's not an accent you as a white person can really use." And I'm going, this is what a lot of people talk like, or the sort of South London sound, that's kind of closer
Yeah, I
to the
dated a guy who
area.
sounded like that. He was from Orpington, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Orpington, that sort of area. But really, this is my voice without affect. As I say, I can sort of code switch and I can go into I can make it sound more London, because a lot of people almost don't like the neutrality of RP, or they think I'm posh, and I have to be like, no, I did not go to a private school. Yes, my secondary school before Brit has been shut down and turned into an academy because it was so terrible. Like, there's a lot of assumptions that are made with accent. And when people are sort of like, oh, just use your natural accent, I'm going, this is my natural accent. I don't have a regional accent. I've actually always been I mean, I'm very grateful that I speak like this, but both my family really does come from London, and surrounding areas, but we're not posh. This is just how we talk. So I don't know.
I mean, I get it all the time when people say I don't sound Welsh.
Yeah.
My accent is sort of I quite like my accent just because it's sort of halfway between estuary English and received pronunciation. So it's kind of it's it's just the Queen's English but with glottal stops.
Yes, same.
And it's great. It's one of my favorite. Well, I was going to say it's an accent that works very well on radio.
It does.
It's wonderful. But yeah, I was interested. You went to the Brit School. You are the third person I have met who has gone to the Brit School. One of them being my sound designer collaborator mate Jude.
What is the Brit School?
But the Brit School is a free
Where
performing
Brits are
arts
made.
school. Yeah, where Brits made. It's a school in Croydon in Selhurst. I joke that there's two kinds of people in Selhurst. Brit schools,
lovely
drug
Croydon.
dealers. It's a Venn diagram. But but it's free. That's kind of the most important thing about it, is that it's charity funded by the Brit Awards. And in order to apply, you have to be in the catchment area, or there's a few places for people outside of the catchment area. It's where like Adele, Leona Lewis, Tom Holland, Loads of really famous people have come out of there because you do. It's an American high school in terms of ages. You can start at 14 and end at 18, which is what I did. And you do your normal GCSEs, and then you specialize in a performing arts subject, which for me was musical theatre, and then up to 16. And then when you're 16 to 18, you do the A-level equivalent. You do BTEC in your chosen subject. It's like drama school, but prep school for drama school. You spend all day every day doing that, and then if you're strange and decide to do an additional study of maths, you then spend 45 minutes at the end of some days doing maths and then wonder why you fail. But I didn't want to do maths. I wanted to do physics, but it wasn't offered. And they were like, come do maths. No, they're not the same. But yeah, it's a great school, and so it gives such an opportunity, especially for people who can't afford places like Sylvia Young and stuff like that, because those are so expensive. Like I couldn't have gone there. And so you get an opportunity to get really good drama school training. But I do joke it's kind of like I mean, I'm not sure if this is against the terms of service, but a certain type of disease that goes around. You can find us in every program in the West End. There will always be a Brit Brat somewhere lurking, because a Brit Brat. They will be around.
So it's like the sort of it's a sort of pauper's school of a version of RADA or something like that.
Well, RADA and NAMDA and that's all post 18. Sorry, that's all university education. This is the biggest thing about it is it's pre, which is more like I say, Sylvia Young theatre school stuff like that.
Preparatory school thing.
Kind of more that, yeah. It's basically it's a high school where you can specialize in performing arts, but so you
have to live in the general area of Greater London and audition to get into it.
Yes, so it is. I mean, thankfully, it wasn't as competitive when I went because God knows I don't think I get in these days. But like, it was before a lot of really big people came out of there. But you do have to audition, and it is quite an intense process. And then you'd have to travel there. So I was traveling, a sort of 45-minute hour commute, which was walk to the train station, take the train, change trains, take the next train, get to the. It's quite a bit of a rigmarole. And people do travel, but it's not boarding. So you don't stay there. You have to stay at home.
Hence need to. Gosh. I mean, there might be something equivalent up north somewhere, but yeah, I honestly didn't know that was a thing.
School. I think they opened a sister school, Boa. Not sure where that is, but yeah.
No, I mean,
it's north of the M25, so that counts, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a STEM major. Like, I did a pharmacology degree. Like, all this art stuff is a mysterious world to me.
Ooh, a real degree.
And a PhD in biology. Like,
a real set of qualifications.
Yeah, I am a filthy casual in the arts world. I'm just like,
scene two's done.
There are things.
Oh, good.
Here. The mysterious people, the strange, mysterious people of the arts world. I feel like I've snuck in amongst you, like a tiny goblin among the elves.
my relationship with the arts was sort of being dissuaded from the arts until I was in university, and then I was like, oh wait, no one's looking at me anymore. I can do what I want. And so, so I was kind of dissuaded away from doing music at GCSE. I was dissuaded away from doing drama at A-level, and then I was kind of like doing a philosophy degree, and I was like, what's that radio station over there that we can do whatever? Oh my God. Oh, yes. Did an audio drama in like my second year of uni or something.
Oddly, I did do a music GCSE.
Nice.
But that was the last point at which I did anything arts.
Fair enough.
Similarly, though, even going to drama school, like, audio work was never something that was really pushed.
No.
Even though they have
one class on it.
I can't remember
we did have a term on it with once a week with Tracy. Tracy who's I think in Baldur's Gate is one of those people like just everyone's in Baldur's Gate.
Is she the narrator lady in the batshit narrator lady in Baldur's Gate? Okay.
Tracy Wilde?
Yes. Tracy, she played a Jahira. I can't remember because I haven't played.
Yeah, Tracy Wilde, Jahira.
Yeah. So she was our radio teacher, and she's lovely. Although my main memory of her is that she said you couldn't spray any aerosol in the room because she was very allergic. And I was listening. I just completely forgot one day because we just had dance, so I just sprayed some deodorant, and I think she hated me from that day in. She was fine, but like, I don't think Tracy likes me very much because I once accidentally
tried to kill her,
tried to poison her. But it's fine. No, she's genuinely a lovely lady, and we sort of did that unit, and we had nowhere near the amount of education I would have liked to, because you do voice sessions. I mean, I did a three-year BA in acting at Guildford School of Acting, and they do voice sessions, but they don't do as much. Yes, good old
Lovely
Guildford.
Guildford.
Yeah, we had a unit at Manchester,
Yeah,
and then it was just nothing else. And then, hilariously, the very first job I got after graduating was on a game.
yeah, love that.
9 years ago, and I did Fable Legends, which never got released. And I remember thinking, "Oh wait, this is a thing you can do. Great!" And just it wasn't
That
pushed.
never got released, did it? What happened to that game?
There was another Fable game.
Yeah, so in 20, I'm still bitter. I wanted it to come out so much. It was supposed to have come out 2016, 2017. It was Fable Legends, which was a new top-down. You would play as like God against these creatures, and then you would flip, and it was like a completely different style of Fable. But I was working on it at Pinewood. The Lion's Head had a studio there.
Yeah, I think I
and we
auditioned
recorded
for it.
there, and I was the barber and the surgeon, so I was the person who did your cosmetics.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was one man pretending to be twin brothers by putting on a mustache and a hat.
Amazing.
And it was literally him going like, "Of course, let me just go and get my brother. 2 seconds. Hello, yes, I'm the surgeon." Like, that was the character. And it was the first job I had, and it was the weirdest experience because I graduated from drama school. 2 weeks later, I was on that job. And while recording, I met Ian McKellen, because it was when they were recording, they were filming Beauty and the Beast on that soundstage. I met Ian McKellen and Emma Watson and all these people just in the car park. I was like, "Oh, is this what this industry's like? This is really cool." And then that game was cancelled. And after that job, I didn't work for 2 years. So it was a very strange thing of being like, "Oh, no, wait. Oh."
Oh, yeah. I mean, audio work is the only way that, like, oh no, I think it was the new Fable. But anyway, audio work is the only way I've made money recently in the industry, and it's why I teach it. I've said before on one of our streams, I teach audio work. All of the kids I teach practice sight reading every single week. We've looked at audio drama versus audio books versus how you do video games and voiceovers. Now this time we're doing political and public speaking. Like, it's so important. I'm trying to get a thing at Easter for a video game day where you do a motion capture workshop half the day at a local university kit, and then you do creating voices for video games for the other half and like direction and stuff.
Amazing.
And who knows, maybe I'll ask someone to come and help with directing that. Who knows? Maybe it's one of my director friends, perhaps.
Who might be in the chat right now.
Maybe in the chat. I don't know. I don't know what Ella's doing with her life. We'll see. But yes, that's that sort of thing. Running away. Yes. I mean, it would be paid. So yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, because I know, I see the value in it. I wish I'd been told it and taught it earlier.
Do you know what I've found? I'm going to sound like a complete idiot at this moment. I found something really useful the other day, which is rehearsals.
I love that.
You've just discovered rehearsing.
I've just discovered rehearsals. So I was working on this piece, Mrs. Shipson's Traveling Tea Shop, and
yay!
And it's I'm 2 episodes into the voice edit now, but there is the sort of the eponymous Ms. Shipton, and her sort of on again off again lover, the hero, because which is what she just sort of sardonically calls him down the phone. It's like, "Is that my hero?" And it's like, yeah, it's me. And so, but before we sort of got in the studio, we sort of spent a month just sort of a cool, like an hour a week, just kind of going like, "All right, let's just break down this episode and kind of go through it line by line and da-da-da-da-da." And we did that like 4 times, like once for each episode. And it meant that when we got in the studio, it just flowed off the page. We didn't need to there weren't like multiple takes. There weren't like there were sort of different takes for energies and things like this. But like for the most part, it just flowed, and it was it was such a wonderful experience to kind of know what you had going in. And even then, I was sort of surprised by just how sort of seamless it all felt. So that's my cool acting tip of the week is rehearse. Look at this. Yeah.
I'm just enjoying diddly diddly. Now I've just got 2 ladies in my head from Cabaret. If you don't know that song, go listen.
That was the joy of Camland, though, being able to rehearse and then recording with everyone in the same room. I still have not done anything since or before that I'm like, God, you don't get this. It just doesn't happen.
It is nice
and it's
when
just
you
such
can at least
difference.
get a table read or something. Yeah, also like as a sound designer slash slash dialogue editor, that when we made our show, we got so many more hilarious bloopers from the sessions from the people who wanted to record synchronously than the people who'd wanted to record asynchronously, and most of them, in fairness, were from Mike. But people, you get some that there were some amusing bloopers from people getting very, very angry with their stomach, which wouldn't shut up while they were trying to record. And then there was about 5 minutes of Rhys Lawton talking about crisps.
Yeah.
Because Rhys Lawton is not a sane man. And that was great too. But we got so much stuff. We got so much, like, one of our actors is an indigenous Newfoundlander. And had so many anecdotes about rural Newfoundland that we started to believe that it wasn't a real place. Like, just that when they make visiting dignitaries drink rum and kiss a fish. There was a woman who floated wanted to move her house, actually move the house, so she floated it down the bay on a boat. And it nearly sank, and everybody and all the local people came out in their boats to help refloat her house. There were the people who ram-raided a convenience store with a digger and left it there. Every time there would be another story about just they adopted a bunch of kittens from the town of Dildo. There is still the town called Dildo in Newfoundland.
Oh yeah, and a giant iceberg that looked like a penis went past it, and there was just a photo that I remember seeing, which was just giant iceberg found outside of Dildo.
Found outside of Dildo, yeah. Like,
there's also a Dildo in US which has a big like Hollywood-esque sign that says Dildo.
Yeah, it's like that town in Austria that's called Fucking, where they had to remove the signs because people kept stealing them.
Just welcome to the town with no name. What's the name?
I mean, that happens a lot in the UK in general, doesn't it? We just have weird names of towns.
I mean, I do really want to get you to try and read the long Welsh place name, Robyn, or anyone.
Just say Llanfairpwllgwyngyll.
And we'll all have a go.
No.
I will try. I can try, but I can't guarantee I'll get it right.
I'm going to put it in chat.
I'll have to do it slowly.
I feel like, was it David Tennant or someone who did this on a chat show? Someone did this on a chat show.
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton did this on a chat show.
A lovely lad.
What a man. Taron Egerton.
There we go. I've put it in the Twitch chat.
Oh no.
Okay.
Ooh. There once was a lad from Llanfairpwllgwyngyll. Williamson.
That's close.
Okay. Llanfairpwllgwyngyll Gogeri Hwndrobwyl Llantysilio Gogoch.
That's really not far off. Fair play.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because it was the double L. What is it that means Llanfairpwllgwyn Gwyn. This is so hard when you have dyslexia. Gwyngell Gingwelcori Hiwen Rindro Hwyllantysilio Gogoch.
Very good. I will say well done to both of you. And all three of you, putting you all on the spot.
An attempt was made.
Well done to both of you, and then it's like, and Oli, there was an attempt.
Okay.
We are surprisingly close to time, I think.
Oh.
I think we might.
Then before we hit time.
Gestures.
But before we hit time, there's definitely some time before we hit time.
Well, no, I want to hear Tobias say
it. Llanfairpwllgwyngyll Gogerich Chwyndrobwll Llantysilio Gogogoch.
Santasilio go go.
Santacilios. I like Cilios.
Santasilio go go
And
go.
Vair Pwll Gwyn Gill Gogerich Wyn Drobwll Wyn Oh, I screwed it up there.
Even though,
Vair Pwll Gwyn
isn't
Gill
part of it.
Gogerich Wyn Drobwll Llantysilio Gogogoch. There we go.
Fellas.
No, if I fuck
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
nobody tell Faye.
Fellas,
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Is it
I
time?
think I'm done. I think I'm done.
Oh,
Was it time? Ooh,
It's time.
Let me just quickly roll
Got
some.
to export it.
I'm just gonna stick a master on it just to say that I've done mastering. So we'll do home. There we go.
it's incredible.
ooh.
And then stick a
Oh my
master on
god, we
it.
smashed it.
Smashed it. Yeah,
Do you need
absolutely.
the
yeah.
final mix? Do you need the specs?
In a second, I will. Yep. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Okay. Yes. Give me. Actually, no. I don't. I need to do this first. I need to pop that in there.
Cyril Raz too with the first ever troll save check and jelly bean break.
No, Sazerac,
No time.
No. Bad.
Okay. So
Good for the
44 minus. I need to brick wall.
44.1, 256.
Yep. Minus
16-bit.
0.1 brick wall. 16.
Minus 0.1 decibel brick ball.
Yep. 16.
16 left.
left.
16 lefts. Yep, done that. MP3 constant bit rate. Was it 256?
256.
256. Bada bing. And then we're exporting.
Bada boom.
We're exporting. Oh, here we go.
2 minutes to export. So I will admit with this one, I sort of took the advice that someone in chat said after one of the ADDQs, which is like, this would be a lot quicker if you made it worse. It's not my proudest work. I think in terms of the music, there's I don't think the music necessarily works for it. But there are sound effects. The Foley sound effect is once again my singing bowl. And
We did see it emerge.
yes.
Held it up.
Everything is everything's there. I kind of did a bit of a tweak to the script at the end, just to make it slightly more of a dramatic ending.
Cool.
But
Okay.
but yeah, I think it's good. We're comfortably.
I'm not about these scripts. It is precious.
Yes. Well,
If
if you want something really horrific, it looks like Tobias is going to win the prediction.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to have a jelly bean though. So thank you, Sazerac.
Yeah. Are we stopping the clock yet?
No, it's not. It's not
No,
finished exporting.
we got to wait for it to export.
Oh, the green
Before I
bar.
finish
The
this
green
talk.
bar is going.
It's a good time to hide.
Is exporting. I've got a very quick sentence to say.
Yes.
Adida day DD under DD, nay, Adida dad D under DDD. That's a fun tongue twister for you.
In what language?
What does it mean?
That's Welsh.
I can
Okay.
just hear you saying daddy.
Is your
I'm
black
confused.
tie in your house or is it in your dad's house?
Okay, we're coming up.
Hey.
It's
Normalizing. It's normalizing.
Does it say
Oh.
Normalizing. Hitting launch. And that's time.
Hey.
Hey.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. 133, a full 7 minutes. 7 minutes faster than the previous time.
Oh my god.
133.
Mashed
That's
it.
amazing. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And it's like 8 minutes long as well. It's the longest one we've had.
Ow.
That's incredible.
Because what is that? It's at 7:59, so it's almost exactly 8 minutes.
So the longer the better, apparently.
Well, I think having two characters really helped. I think
Yeah.
having two characters really
Oh, so
helped.
there wasn't three. Yeah. Okay.
Having a
fiddling, yeah.
static sound environment, like I don't know, a blizzard, really helps because it cuts down on Also, there was very little in terms of actual sound design I had to do. It was mostly all ambiances. There's only the occasional bit of sound effect. There's a couple of music cues that I personally think ruin the tone of the piece, but they're there anyway. And
Does these have a tone?
but then I did a little bit of bussing with the voice effect on death, which I'm not 100% happy with, but it kind of serves its purpose. But 133.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, let's have a listen. Let me.
Oh my god.
Let me just make sure that everyone can hear. I've got it set to the loop back. Yeah. Okay, right. Here we go. The mix is a mess as well, by the way. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
It had been 3 days since I'd left our ship, the Indefatigable, trapped in the polar ice. We had, of course, been seeking the Northwest Passage, the route across the Arctic between Greenland and the Pacific Ocean. It's not unusual for explorers such as we to become stuck in the polar ice. As the winter comes in, the north freezes over. We hunker down, check our stores of tinned food and pray that the spring comes before we starve to death. Some expeditions maybe spend more than 1 year's winter frozen in the ice, but brutally, such men may not survive.
Oh, damn.
The long dark months went on, and we all remained, stuck together in close quarters, gradually smelling worse and worse. Our teeth and skin beginning to rot from the scurvy, for any fruit or scurvy grass was eaten long months before. My first mate, Leaf, remained chipper and tried to keep our spirits up. He sang to us in his fine baritone, songs of his homeland far in the north of Norway near Tromsø. Songs he told us were about hearty food and proud, ship-breasted women. It's always good to bring a Norwegian with you on a mission to the Arctic. They know it well. Understand the cold and the snows. They know how to keep warm, both in the body and the spirit. None of us had the art to tell him. We didn't have a clue what he was singing about. And now, it was late January. Our food supplies were getting low, as was everyone's patience. It became clear that someone would need to go out into the ice to hunt or to seek help. Perhaps we could find one of the local people, the Inuit, as the strange Orkneyman doctor who drank in the tiny tavern back in Samorsuk and spoke their language told me they were called. As the captain, it fell to me. It was my duty to go. I climbed down the side of the ship, strapped on my snowshoes, and set out across the ice, looking for land. Surely, my indomitable British spirit would carry me through whatever the North could send at me. I was wrong. Almost as soon as the Indefatigable faded into the distance, behind the endless green sheets of ice, a storm came down upon me. I was quickly lost in the blizzard. Knowing I would die quickly, in the cold without any form of shelter, I erected a makeshift tent out of furs and huddled inside it.
I just realised I've made a mistake there.
You're right, mate. You seem very cold.
Who are you? Where am I?
You're... well, that's a good question. You're in an inhospitable environment.
What?
Or more specifically, that's where you were. Right now, you're in like a groovy limbo space between life and death.
I died.
Do you see me with my scythe out?
What scythe? Oh, damn!
Ah, chill it, sheath. I ain't reaping you yet.
So,
what are you doing here?
I guess...
No, I guess that's really your business. My question is, are you ready for me, baby? Are you ready for what lies beyond?
What lies beyond?
Dunno. Rot? Silence? Fire? Brimstone? Wings? Maybe some sort of lyre or heart?
I do want to say this feels very Kanan feels.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
What do you think happens?
I guess... nothing?
Lynchian.
Not much of an imagination on you.
I don't know. I'm very stressed at the moment.
Why?
Because a skeleton in a big cloak and a sheathed scythe is bearing down on me, being horrifyingly genial.
Genial?
It's not.
Your complaint is with my demeanour.
It's just.
Here I am, trying to strike up a fucking rapport with a terrified soul, and this is the thanks I get.
I just wasn't expecting it.
Foolish mortal, cower before your final end. Death comes and death becomes you. Do you wish for these to be your final hours, or are you ready to rot and roll?
I don't know.
Does this help this level of aggression?
No!
Which is why I go genial.
Ah.
There's really no pleasing you. Well, according to the timer of your life, you've still got, a fair bit on the clock. So you're going to have to go back and suffer some more.
And I...
Are going to survive a bit longer, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Don't fuck it up.
I just want to be warm. And fed.
I see.
Is that too much to ask?
No. I suppose not. Oh, I've got an idea.
I mean, at this point, living and dying are neither here nor there. I'd rather just be fed and warm. I awoke in a cold sweat, not knowing who I was or where I'd left. I stumbled outside my tent and I couldn't believe what I saw. A chicken and pizza shop, glowing in the semi-half light of the infinite night. I walked towards it, not believing my eyes or senses. The bitter cold of the northwest climes, melting away to the bitter cold of a London side street. I opened up the shop door and there were all my colleagues, happy and fed. Hey boss man, gonna get a burger, pepperoni pizza, 2 wings, chips and a marinara.
Coming right up.
I knew. Finally, I was safe. Damn, this chicken's so hot.
Quick! Give him oxygen! He's delirious! Let's load him on the helicopter to the afterlife!
So continues Amber's tradition of making my voice funky.
I'm so sorry.
Amazing.
I had no idea.
So
I had no idea that section was so loud.
It was excellent.
It was
I
so
enjoyed
much
it.
louder
At the end as well.
Like,
Great.
I enjoyed the swap around of the lines at the end.
which ones? Oh, yeah. With basically, because I was just like, I have no way of doing this transition in a way that is like that kind of fits the tone, and I was like, you know what? Let's have a like a Twilight Zone, like a Twilight Zone flip around at the end.
Twilight Zone.
I did try and fit the soy bit in, but it just didn't work. I completely forgot that I have a stinger from Avani Sound called Orchestral Menace, which I've never used before, but it's great.
Where was that from?
It's from the Avani Sound Pack Jingles and Stingers 2. And if you use the code AmberDevereaux at checkout, you can get 30% off. There we go. Did it.
Nice.
Finding that fine line between advert and bit. And I'm very much appreciative.
I feel like this is the only way I'm ever going to actually promote it, is if I do it as a bit. Otherwise, I'm just never going to say anything ever.
You should get like a football shirt with, Tin Can Audio on the back, but Avani Sound.
It is a really good pack, though. It's got so many squelching noises. It makes me happy. I love squelching noises.
So somebody asked if there were footsteps. There were some icy footsteps. I did.
Some footsteps. I was going to discuss this.
Well, so I think
on all the surfaces.
The way I have always interpreted the rules is that you can't write, because the no footsteps rule is in the writing section. So I interpreted it to mean that none of the sound cues that are written down can be footsteps, right? Whereas I think using them in this case in a narrative way is at the discretion of the editor.
Yeah, narrative feat.
Exactly.
Narrative feat.
Whereas I think if you're
cruel to ask an editor to add footsteps, it's their own business. If
It's like
that's how I'm choosing to
sometimes you
interpret the
wouldn't
rules.
hear footsteps, but if you're crunching through snow, you probably would hear footsteps. It's much louder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
These
footsteps
have a
get
title.
super overused. Like,
No, this doesn't currently have a title. What do we want to call it? What do we want to christen this one?
Ooh. Suggestions in the chat would be greatly appreciated.
That's a good rule, but it should be clarified in the written rules. We should clarify it in the written rules. There should be a clarification there. Thank you.
Chicken shop deaths.
I just literally was just thinking chicken shop. There is one brain cell between us, Tobias. Literally just thinking how to making a chicken shop death pun. Would you like some kind of? Would you like fries? It's like.
Would you like fries?
Death man comes to chicken shop, but I don't want to gender death.
Would you like
that.
scythe with that?
Would you like scythe? A side of scythes? A scythe?
Death with a scythe of fries.
I
Death
feel
with a
like
scythe of fries.
I kind of agree with James in that that's sort of giving away the ending a little bit. I think.
Okay.
But also, I just want to point out like the absolutely cartoonish helicopter sound effect that I have.
Get to the chopper.
That is absolutely 100%
Get
to the
down.
chopper.
Get down.
Cold and hungry or warm and fed. Warm and fed might be good.
warm and fed, yeah.
Warm and fed is quite kind of fun. I quite like that.
Tundra tails.
Tundra tail. Tundra tail.
Something about death being served ice cold. I don't know.
I like warm and fed.
Yeah, I like warm fed.
Yeah.
Death is a dish best served cold. No, it's getting too long.
That's
I like
that's a Klingon proverb. I'm not sure.
Can't find it. Yeah.
Death is a dish best served cold with a scythe of fries and chicken.
Hello, Carmidine. Thank you so much for the Prime subscription. That's incredibly kind of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All money we make from streams goes towards helping us fund the next season of Camlin.
Frozen 3 is a fantastic suggestion.
You say the Frozen 3?
Do you want to build a snowman?
Do you want to build a chicken shop?
I am quite proud of the neon sign
Would you
sound
help me
that I
hide a
used.
body?
Neon sign.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just,
incredibly cold.
I thought I had a flickering one, but apparently not. So we just get this delightful, again, cartoonish. Like,
Yes.
Semi.
Sounds like a morgue.
it does sound a bit like. Because where's the other one I was going to use? Is it? I think it is. Is it in free sound? Is it the?
Free sound, what's that?
Rusty side up.
Oh God.
Oh, it's this one. It's
Free
this
sound
one.
is the way that I make.
I'll put
I
it in
use
here.
free
and
sound.
I only use Ovani premium sound.
Yes, I do actually use Avani sound effects as well as.
I
More
use
things.
free
I've
sound
heard you can get 30% off as well.
You
Well, I
can
direct
with the
kids
code
shows
Ambidevro at checkout.
with Deborah. But like, I direct kids shows and I have to make all the sound for it. And I'm not a sound designer, but I have to find ways.
No, free
Yeah.
sound is the way.
I was wanting to use this
You
one.
can now get the Wilhelm scream on free sound for free.
Nice.
But Robin, you could be a sound designer with Avani's brilliant sound effects packs.
They do have a
Really,
starter
Tobias?
kit. They have
Tell
a
me
starter
about
kit
it.
that is
Have a
available.
starter kit. You can
I
turn
believe-
it into a professional.
I believe they
We
have
should-
a starter kit that I think is currently 40% off. Maybe I'm
Ooh.
not sure. Hang on, let me
You
check.
can
With
get
the
an
additional
80%
code.
Off. That can't be good money
Hey, look,
for them.
you've got a sound effects starter pack that you can buy now.
What I love so much is that Tobias and I can 100% do one of those infomercials that you used to get. It's the 40% off. That can't possibly be right.
I don't know if these
BBC.
stack.
Mummy, it can't be 40% off. That would be daylight robbery.
I don't know why you decided to use a lady voice.
But mother,
Mother, 30%.
But mother.
30%. Why? Mother. No,
I've heard
mother.
it's 40% off, Mother. I would like one.
Do the roar.
Do the roar. Do the roar, Mother.
Do we want to?
I'm
we've broken up.
laughing.
Do we?
Do the
Do
roar
we?
with 30% off.
Do we want to? Are there any questions about this piece before we move on to credits percent?
Yes.
No, I'm crying.
What does ADDQ
What
stand
title
for? It
have we
stands for
decided?
audio drama done quick, is what it stands for. We're trying to make an audio drama as quickly as possible, and we have absolutely smashed it
We
today, which is
did.
marvelous.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and credits to go.
Yes, we do need to do credits percent as well at some point. But
Can we build a snowman?
can we build a snowman? Yeah, have we decided on a title? I don't. We don't need one, but it'd be good to have.
I think warm and what was it? Warm and fed.
Warm and fed.
I do enjoy Do You Want to Kill a Snowman? But I think warm and fed is better.
Do you want to be a snowman?
You want to be a snowman?
Do not kill us. I've literally just finished editing a script that basically involved killer snowmen. And so on.
Oh, good question, Nimbus.
Will this be on
Let me
Spotify and
see.
Bandcamp? So the plan is, it's a very loose plan right now, is once we have like maybe between like 5 and 9 of them, we're either going to put them up in a podcast feed or put them up as a free album on Bandcamp. It's this kind of weird thing where it's just like the end result is not really the point of these, which is this odd thing. But at the same time, like we understand that people might want to re-listen to these. So I think the idea is
Friends we make along the way.
how many are there
Now
now?
5.
There are 5, so we could maybe think about putting one up. So I'll tell you what, so after we do the one in December, we'll put that up as ADDQ year 1,
Season 1.
yeah, and then we'll put that up on Spotify, and people might take it as inspiration if you push it to a feed. That's a good point. I mean, like all of the streams are available on YouTube. I am archiving them. So they are available to rewatch. But yeah, I think it would be good to have all the actual finished pieces at the end, and then like with the times on them as well. I think that could be quite fun. But yeah, so the plan that is the very loose idea, I think.
I would
with
say
these.
the December one might be a Christmas themed one, but the one we just did was Christmas themed.
Who knows?
The
Who
live
knows?
show one was Christmas themed.
It's going to be about Kwanzaa.
ADDQ does not care for seasonal holidays. It only cares about audio drama being done quickly. Oh, right. Okay, let's do plugs, but then we can do credits percent. So, Robyn, where can people find
blimey.
you?
I was thinking about my TikTok. Sorry, I was very distracted. I needed to look up how to do leather fastenings thing because I'm repairing lots of DIY stuff at home and I'm very distracted.
How do leather?
How do leather? No, I've
do
had
leather.
some very curious searches recently. I'm repairing a pirate chest and it has leather straps and it's pretty cool. I was in a picture. It's great. Anyway, where can you find me? You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on most social media platforms at Robyn Holdaway. Mostly, as I've said, this year's been audiobooks, so you can listen to me do a variety of those. You can find me on Audible or Spotify or anywhere that you get audiobooks. And coming up next year, there is a game called Eternal Strands. And if you are a fan of non-binary characters, I am playing a non-binary character in that. And it's from a new indie studio made up of sort of AAA veterans. If you like things like Dragon Age and Shadow of the Colossus and other things, Breath of the Wild, it's a lot of very, very good games. So do check that out. Oh, and also this great little mini audio drama called Hello Earth.
Ooh, Hello Earth.
Ooh,
Which you now need to ask me for now because all the links have expired.
Yeah.
So if you want to listen to Hello
You
Earth,
gotta
drop me a message on social media or
Social media.
through my website to get a copy of Hello Earth. Thank you to everyone who sent me messages about it, by the way. Like I've had some really lovely messages about it, and I really appreciate all of them. So thank you. It means a lot.
cozy and lovely. I like it.
Tobias, where can people find you?
Hello. I am Tobias _Weatherburn on Instagram. I'm at T W Weatherburn on Twitter, but it's a cesspit now.
It is. It's just
It's
I'm
awful.
Probably
It's the
gonna
worst.
delete it as soon as everyone in the industry has moved to Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Which most have been, and my Blue Sky is where is it? Tobias_Weatherburn as well. I could have just said that. That would have been easy, wouldn't it? No, Tobias-Weatherburn. Sorry. I forget how to read Blue Sky. It's weird. It exists. If you want to follow me on Twitch, please do. I'm there. It's in the chat. I only need 2 more followers to start monetizing. So that'd be lovely. I'm 2 away from 50, and I'd love to hit that. I'm streaming tomorrow evening, Squirrel with a Gun, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. GMT. On Thursday, I'm streaming Sonic Adventure, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. with the wonderful Amber on commentary. And yeah, other stuff. If you want to play games, I'm in Space Marine 2 and a Euden Chronicle 100 Heroes. And I think that's all I can talk about at the moment. When's that?
Ooh, what a wonderful feeling.
Yeah. And listen to Camlan. There we go. I think that's all.
Yeah, listen to Camlan.
I'm always so shit when it comes to doing this bit.
Oh,
I get really
God.
trying to work stuff out.
God, yeah, I haven't even talked about... Yeah, the Camlan soundtrack is now available to pre-order on Bandcamp. I've gone the whole stream without saying that. Also, at the end of November, we're doing a massive Camlan series listen along, and it's also going to be a fundraiser for season 2, which is really exciting. We've got some fantastic guests, We've got Lauren Shippen, which is incredibly exciting. We've got Joe from Midnight Burger, and we've got a whole host of other really cool people that I can't remember off the top of my head because I don't have the list in front of me. But basically, we asked a bunch of people, and they all said yes, which is terrifying. Johnny Sims is going to be there as well. Yeah, just a whole bunch of really cool people. We're going to be raising money for season 2 of Camlan because we want to make more, but to make more, we need funding to make more. So the idea is we're gonna have a big listen along. There's also going to be prizes. Ross is making prizes by hand.
Ross is making prizes?
Ross is making 9 patches that are going to be given away as raffle prizes. There's also
I don't know why, but in my brain, Ross is making prizes sounded like what Ross calls going to the toilet.
Ross will probably be doing that on the stream. It's a very long stream. However, he's making 9 patches. We're also going to be giving away 9 posters that will be signed by myself, Ella, and Tobias. Probably when you're up, we'll get you to sign them as well.
Yeah, I'll sign them.
I might be up in January.
Oh, if you're up in January, we might hold on to them and get them signed as well. That'll be good.
The plan is Burns Night.
Oh, brilliant. That'll be very exciting.
About it.
But that's going to be the end of November. I'll be probably I'll hopefully remember to talk about it. Tobias, you now apparently have 51 followers, so you did it.
Thank you all.
But okay. Lou, where can people find you?
I can be found at Lou J Sutcliffe on Blue Sky and Twitter.
Did I make it? Yes, I did. I did make one. Yes.
You did. You did make a thing for me. Yeah. And Dr. Loop on Tumblr. Please feel free to listen to my podcast, which is called Ela's Choice, and can be found wherever you find fine and not so fine podcasts. If you want to listen to shit podcasts, who am I to stop you? They're all over the internet. But my podcast hopefully is not shit. It's good and it has eels in it. You can, for those of the people who actually wanted to listen to the Sherlock Holmes Dracula crossover, that is on the Cytogram Here feed, which can be found at cytogramhere.wordpress.com. I will spell that in the chat because I insisted. It's excellent SEO, but terribly difficult to spell. And the only thing that I've done that's come out recently, and I don't know if it actually came out or not, was lesbian cannibalism erotica for the nice Danish boys who make Cécile. So,
wow. I have the questions.
Yeah.
So did I when they sent me the scripts. An episode that where I read lesbian cannibalism erotica and Mike LeBeau flirts with me. It was very awkward.
I mean, everyone has to have a hobby.
Yeah. Sometimes
Oli.
strange Danish boys send you things. Okay, right. Okay.
Linktree.ee
I have
older
it.
modal.
I have it there. It's in the chat for you, everybody.
That's it. That's what you're getting.
Should we do a final plug of Three Detectives in a Trench Coat?
Yes, it's just I've just put the episode out.
Right, so myself, Ollie, and James Curtis, who is currently in chat, have a podcast called Three Detectives in a Trench Coat. We don't plug it enough. We are nearly at the end of our first season. We don't plug it enough. So it is a podcast where the three of us chat about video games, and then we play Disco Elysium for 2 hours, and then we come back and we chat.
We have a second season planned.
We have a second season planned. We have some very special. We managed to get some interviews with some amazingly cool people.
Yeah, we've got one of those is set in stone, and then the other two are like, oh, hopefully.
Yeah, it's kind of it's wild in a very exciting way.
It's a bit wild.
Yeah. So we're doing that. So please go listen to it. It's a lot of fun. It's a weird little time capsule of myself, Ollie, and James getting to know each other and becoming friends by making a podcast. It's a very strange experience. Yeah. So absolutely go listen to that. Breesim, hello. It's good to see you. I'm so sorry we're at the end of the stream, but thank you so much for checking in. I really appreciate it. Okay, I believe that is everything.
That's everything.
I'll be back here on Wednesday, probably making some music. I haven't quite figured out what it is I'm doing. I should probably turn the grandmother off. I haven't quite figured out what it is I'm doing now that Hello Earth is finished, and the sort of weird in between space between. No, I'm not doing an encore. I'll
do credits.
Oh, we do need to do credits percent.
Credits percent, yeah.
We do need to do credits percent.
Let me quickly turn my grandmother off. Things that you can say in a studio that you can't say in an ICU.
Ollie.
Sorry.
But I'll be back here on Wednesday doing music stuff probably. In between now and doing the Camlin stream at the end of the month. I think I'm probably just going to be making music. So it'll be a chill time. It'll probably be lo-fi music because that seems to be what I do when left to my own devices. Should we do credits percent? Whose turn is it to do credits percent?
I did it last time. Strictly speaking, a random member of the audience did it last time.
Actually, hang on. Let me save this. Let me save our splits so we have a new best time. Open.
Well, Robyn, how quickly can you read?
Quite quickly. Why?
There we go.
Okay.
Would you like to do...
Where are the credits? And do I need to record them locally?
You don't need to record them locally. You just need to read them out.
Have we written them out anywhere?
We have not written them out anywhere. So
Right, we need to write them out somewhere then.
If you go into the doc, yes.
I believe it was Ollie at the live show said, "We'll write some of them down for you," which is
some guy, some other person, someone of indeterminate gender could describe.
I realised we needed to do credits percent in between the parts of the live show, so I then had to find the little pieces of paper that the actors had written their names on, which had already been tidied up.
Amazing.
Look for the little pieces of paper that looked familiar to me. Then go to each person and make sure that I had the correct name for them. So this was not difficult with Valentina Vinci. However, I then had to pick between two glasses-wearing white men, tall white men, who both had very generic, tall glasses-wearing white men names, and make sure I had the correct one.
I'm terribly sorry.
Embarrassingly, one of them I'd met the night before and hadn't remembered his name. But in my defense, I am autistic.
Awkward.
Is anyone writing these down?
No. Shit.
No.
Sorry. Excuse my language. What I was doing was seeing our previous ones to see if we had written down any credits.
We have done a format. I'm sure I've written them before now. I've definitely done this before.
So the time to beat is 7 seconds, by the way, which Lou currently holds the best time.
Oh,
yes,
God.
But I had shorter ones. In fact,
do you want it terms and conditions style?
If you could do terms and conditions, like there is no restrict. Basically, you just have to read the credits as fast as you can.
And can I just double check? Oliver Morris, Lou Sutcliffe.
Yep.
Lou Sutcliffe.
I was waiting for Tobias. But...
yeah. I was just like
Tobias. Yeah, Tobias Weatherburn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Yeah, we can't possibly expect Robyn to
I noticed
the name of the person they've played.
It's Robyn, right?
in a whole ass audio drama with.
I noticed this is the fourth time. This is the fourth time. Sorry, the third time Tobias has been on with us, and there is a distinct lack of Tobias Weatherburn on the credits percent leaderboard. So next time, Tobias,
I will happily do it.
We'll get you next time. But not this time. No.
It's a big thing. Probably assume that Robyn knows how to pronounce their own name.
Yep.
Yes.
Are you writing it phonetically?
Holdaway. Like hold away from face, as a manager used to describe it.
That must have been fun every time it happened.
Oh yeah.
So that's an exciting prospect of having Tobias in the room next month when we do ADDQ.
Yeah.
Why are you going up there? What are you doing?
Well, we're going up to Glasgow to go and see Enter Shikari. And we thought we'd extend the trip. I wanted to see Enter Shikari, and they're not playing Cardiff. So yeah, we're travelling to Glasgow, and yeah, I guess
there's some cool people in Glasgow.
Room.
So, yeah, one or two people kicking about, but Ella's also going to be out because Ella's coming up for the Camlin stream. So it means that we're mostly all going to get together and play Magic the Gathering. I think is the plan. Because
it's on page 13 of 13.
Right.
Because we've all gotten into.
Very excited for that.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. I very rarely get to play Magic in person with people. I came 5th in a draft of 9 people. I was very pleased with myself. Okay. Right. Are we ready to do credits percent?
Yeah, I don't need to record locally. I can
No.
You can
it's just 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
Right. 3.
On your marks and angles.
3, 2, 1, go.
Warm and Fed was written by Oliver Morris and Lou Sutcliffe. It was voiced by Tobias Weatherburn, Robyn Holdaway, and Oliver Morris. It was produced by Amber Devereaux for Tin Can Audio.
Ooh, 8.18 seconds. So almost, but not quite beating Lou's 8 seconds.
Can I try? Can I try one more time? And was longer though? This is the thing. If it's more credits,
I think the names were shorter. True. I think there were less people on mine. So
hey, look, I don't make the rules.
You make the rules. You just enforce them.
Amber, you and I
rules, kid. I don't know what you want from me. I don't make the rules, kid.
Yeah, I don't make the rules.
Okay, do you want another go, Robyn?
Cigarette.
I can have another go, but I'm not sure it can be done. We could try it. I can try it.
Right. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Warm and Fed was written by Oliver Morris and Lou Sutcliffe. It was voiced by Tobias Weatherburn, Robyn Holdaway, and Oliver Morris. It was produced by Amber Devereaux for Tin Can Audio.
Oh, 6.64! Oh,
yeah. Record!
Amazing. New record.
I mean, Tin Can Audio was... Did I say it right? Probably not, but it's fine. We got it.
It's fine. It was coherent. It was both coherent and compelling.
Coherent and
compelling. 6 seconds. Just to give you an idea of how credits percent has evolved, right? So
30 seconds was the first one.
So no, the first one was 17. So it was 17 seconds. Oh no, the first one was 29 seconds. So it went 29 to 17 to 7 to 6. My goodness. Yeah. That's incredible work. Oh, excellent work, Robyn.
No pressure.
Yeah,
thank you. Doing well.
Get cracking, Tobias.
Like y'all don't professionally use your voice professionally in the professional context or anything.
Nope.
Oh, incredible work.
Never.
Fantastic. Right. Okay. That is our show.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much for coming along. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. And we'll be back on Wednesday with some music making. It will be slightly less chaotic than this, just slightly.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday. We'll see you soon. And in the meantime, take care and good night. See you soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.